The competition is high and it's going to be tough. The players need to feel the support and the belief, the trust, the confidence, and say, hey, we believe in you.
Balogun heads Monaco in front. And Balogun now with a run on goal. And the finish. He's scored twice. We haven't played 20 minutes yet.
Another cross, McKinney! Oh, flying for Juventus through Weston McKinney!
It's Weston McKinney! And this is turning into a Champions League epic. And he is on the score sheet. Patrick Agyebang makes it 4.
The American international looking to catch the eye of Mauricio Pochettino ahead of the World Cup in the summer.
Oh, what a goal! Timothy Weah with the finish.
Timothy Weah strikes. A native New Yorker has got his first for his new club.
Hit well, hit very, very well. Excellent goal by Cardoso. But that's a really good goal from the American midfield player.
Pulisic! What an impact he's had! And the American is back on the score sheet in the Derby de la Madonnina!
Why not us? We need to really believe that we can be there.
Hi, hello, and welcome to your favorite Average to Good podcast. Call it what you want. We have a very special watch-along here in New York City. 75 days left until the 2026 World Cup. Yeah! That's what's up. Let's go! Hey! I'm Jimmy Conrad, alongside Tony Meola and Charlie Davies.
USA!
And we are getting after it here. Big game against Belgium. Football Factory at Legends, Midtown Manhattan. We appreciate the American Outlaws from New York. Appreciate your energy. Let's go one more time. Let's go. All right. So 30 minutes before kickoff, Tones, how are we feeling about the starting 11? Well, actually, before we get into the starting 11, how are you feeling about this game overall?
Yeah, look, we're getting closer and closer. What'd you say, 75 days, right, to the World Cup? We've been talking about this for months and months and months and seeing what Mauricio Pochettino wants to do. One more opportunity now to see a few more players, maybe that we haven't seen. So that's exciting to me. But, of course, you know, we're all looking forward to June, right? This is just one step closer. But I think, Chuck, it's a really important day right now for a lot of players. And we'll go through the lineups. But Johnny Cardoso and Tanner Tessman come to mind right now. But we know we've all three of us have been in this situation before. I mean, you're starting to tighten the screws a little bit right now.
Yeah, you are. And for me, there's a lot riding on it, too, from a fan's perspective, the momentum heading into a World Cup and the confidence level with Pochettino, the confidence level with this team. Can they go toe-to-toe with a Belgium? And for me, they should be able to, but you got to go and prove it. So I'm excited to see, again, how Weston McKinney looks alongside Tillman and Christian Pulisic. You got three attacking players to support Balogun. Again, how active is Balogun? How often is he getting service? I think having those three players underneath him, he'll be able to get on the ball early and often.
All right, we teased it a little bit. Let's take a look at the starting 11 for the U.S. men's national team. It's been 4 months since we've had a game, so we're very excited to dive into this one. And with Chris Richards out for this one, it seems that Mauricio Pochettino, what we're hearing, has elected to go more into a traditional back four. So you see Matt Turner's actually going to be between the sticks over Matt Freese, Jedi Robinson on the left, Tim Ream and Mark McKenzie as the center backs, Tim Weah on the right. Then you have Johnny Cardoso and the Tessman, and Tanner Tessman as the sixes, Christian Pulisic, Malik Tillman, Weston McKinney as your next line of three, and then Balogun. What we're understanding as well with this is that at times, if Weah does go forward, if Jedi Robinson does go forward, you can have Tanner Tessman slot back into kind of a back three and protect that space a little bit if we want to be, or if we can sense that that's a good area for us to attack.
Yeah, we always hear this word, right, under Mauricio Pochettino, it's fluid, right? We're just going to start with four. It's going to look a little bit different when we attack, but I think the expectation today is Weah gets up one flank, Anthony Robinson gets up the other flank, and as you mentioned, Tanner Tessman sits in and makes the three. And we have seen Tanner Tessman at the club level play as a center back, right? So it shouldn't be something that's uncomfortable for him, right? He should, depending on how he wants to interpret that, I would imagine he wants to be more with the ball and in the attacking part of the field, you know, and having the ball. This might not be one of those games, especially early on. So we'll take a real look at how you know, again, I'll use that word fluid, how it looks and how fluid it is between a 4 and a 3 in the back.
So this feels like a sink or swim moment for a couple players. You mentioned Tessman. Now, maybe not necessarily making the World Cup roster, but also maybe breaking into the starting 11 to be trusted at that level by Mauricio Pochettino. And it feels like Tessman and Cardoso are two that stand out for you. Are there any other areas you think are big opportunities for guys?
Well, it's funny you should mention that because I think we always have to incorporate Tyler Adams in the lineup. And is Tyler Adams going to be the 6 that drops in between the center backs? No. that's not going to be him. So now you're looking at Tessman being that guy who it's a big audition. Can he play that role? Because if it's not him, then you got to think of who else could play that role as a 6 that drops in as a center back in a back 3. But what I'm shocked about is, Tony, you didn't bring up Matt Turner getting his opportunity.
We didn't get there yet. Look,
hey, I'm throwing it to you now. Talk about the goalkeeper.
Well, there's 2 I want to get to. Matt Turner's one of them. The other one's Mark McKenzie, right? Because as we were sort of going through 3 in the back, right, I think we all had Tim Ream and Chris Richards in there, who, as you mentioned, is not here today. And we were always looking at that third right back, right? And we went from Noah Kai Banks to McKenzie to Miles Robinson, who also out here. So you talk about opportunities in the back. Mark McKenzie, Matt Turner, look, guy's got World Cup experience. Guy's been here before. We know the storyline with him, that it's not been great from a club standpoint for the last 2 seasons before getting to the New England Revolution. So this is an opportunity for him to say, you know what, I'm still here, right? Remember, I still have World Cup experience. So Mauricio Pochettino, giving him a chance.
But do you think it's a opportunity to solidify himself as the number 2, or do you think this is an opportunity to say, hey, I'm going to put pressure on Matt Freese?
See, my understanding is that at the moment he's still number 2, and that's the expectation. But we gotta give him an opportunity, right? We're still talking about a guy who's been in a World Cup, right? Who's not terribly, he's 31 years old, right? So we're talking about a guy that you can't discard because maybe he won't be your number 1 guy. I mean, we go back to 1990 World Cup where, Pompito goes down for Argentina and Goycochea takes them all the way to a final. I mean, it could happen, right? A red card, anything. They got to be ready. They got to feel like they're part of it.
I want any of these names to take us to a World Cup final, Big Tones. That's what I'm looking forward to. All right, let's get into Belgium's lineup, because they have some pretty good players that we might have to keep an eye on. And Jeremy Doku is going to get the start. He's somebody that we highlighted earlier this week on the show. Hopefully you caught that one. But here is Lamens in goal, plays for Manchester United. He's had a really good season so far for the Red Devils. De Kuyper plays for Brighton. He's on the left side. De Bost and Michel Mounier be on the right side. I think we can get after him a little bit, so I'm very curious to see Christian Pulisic match up with him. Onana and Raskin get the start in the 6s. We thought we might see Tielemans there, but it's going to be Raskin instead. Kevin De Bruyne is an absolute beast. Got Jeremy Doku on the left side. Salamakers, who maybe will be up top instead. And then you have CDK, Charles de Cartelera. He is going to be the lone. Well, we don't know exactly how that's going to look. They're probably a little fluid too.
Oh, they have to be, because CDK is not a striker.
Not without Romelu Lukaku, right? That's the big miss for them.
Well, you could have had CDK playing where Salamakers is and play Openda as the lone 9. Because Openda is more of a traditional striker. If you were going to say out of these players who could play the forward position. But when I'm looking at this lineup, I'm saying, okay, this is a team that's going to be strong in the midfield, and they're going to play to Doku. They're going to play to Salamakers. They're going to attack down the flanks and have three players in the midfield try and create goals from outside the box.
Do you feel like Doku is going to be told by their manager, Rudy Garcia, to just stay up high? Because if he does, that's going to pin Tim Weah back a little bit, Big Tones, and not allow us to maybe attack that right side.
If you have Doku on your side, where do you want to play? In the final third of the field, right? You want him in the attacking part of the field as much as possible. So Timothy Weah, this is going to be a real balancing act, right? Because we know he's in that position. Yeah, of course he's going to have to defend. But what is Timothy Weah in that position for? Because we want him to get forward. Right, we want him to get in the attacking third field. So this is going to be a real sort of battle between these two guys. And I think it probably comes down to possession, right? Whoever's got more possession, that guy's going to be pinned in one part of the field, right? So possession's going to be, an important factor in how we weigh that matchup.
Because there is no Romelu Lukaku, who's got an incredible track record playing for his country, 89 goals and 120-something caps, unbelievable return. But with him not involved, now I feel like maybe Doku does stay a little bit higher. Maybe they do try to pin Salamakers a little bit higher, knowing that we have Jedi and we have Tim Weah in those positions, and then forcing us to try to break them down in different ways.
I don't think they're looking at. I don't think Rudy Garcia's going, hey, they only they attack with Timothy Weah and they attack with Ange. I think they're saying we're going to play our game without a striker who they can play off of. They have to attack down the wings, and using width will create more space centrally for CDK, for KDB to get on it. Now, Timothy Weah has played against Doku in Liga. He's played right back for a full season. He's played left back for a full season in Liga. He's played it with Juve in Serie A. So he's played this position. Now, to your point, Tones, where is he better? it's in the attacking phase of play from this position.
Yep.
Sure, he can defend, but for him, timing is going to be everything because it's as an attacking right back, you're eager to always get forward, and you want to do it in the right way. You don't want to, out of 10 times that the team attacks, you don't want to be there 8, 9, 10.
Right.
You want them to be 5, 4, 5, 6 important moments where you get on the ball and you have an impact versus just being there and then the team's exposed.
Yeah, the other thing is how do we defend it, right? You got Timothy Way. If he gets caught up the field, are we asking Tanner Tessman from the middle of the field to come and double down on Doku? He's the one guy, right, that can dribble by. Salamakers has a little bit, but certainly doesn't have the speed that Doku has. Is it Mark McKenzie now that is cover and balance? So there's different ways to kind of skin this thing a little bit, and I wonder how they do it.
Okay, we haven't really talked about our attack because I feel like when I look at that back line for Belgium, resident number 9, Charlie Davies, especially Meunier, 34 years old on the right side, kind of had his career, got a lot of mileage on those legs. I feel like Christian Pulisic could find that pocket, and with Balogun maybe running off the back shoulder, as we've seen, we scored a great goal recently with those two against Japan. I mean, is that something you're excited about and seeing today from those two in particular?
Yes, it's not that you're playing a Virgil van Dijk back there. You know, this is a strong. When I look at this Belgium side, I'd say the strength is in midfield for this team. The back line, you can get after them, and I want to see us testing them from wide areas, being them 1v1, playing 1-2s, just being not predictable and fluid. Just like we talk about the fluid back four, I want to see a fluid attacking four. And so that's what I'll be keying in on today.
Okay, and then how about Malik Tillman? I mean, he's getting the start today. He's in between McKinney on his right side and Pulisic on his left, Balogun in front of him. If he can't make it happen in this one, right? I mean, this is him trying to compete for starting 11 minutes. I totally believe he's going to be on the team, but big opportunity to create some opportunities for us today.
I think we've agreed to that, right? Like Tillman's going to be part of the group. I like what he has available in front of him. We know his passing range, right? He's also picked up some goals, right? From that attacking position. I want to see him on the ball as much as possible,
right?
Because I think we look at Christian. Christian's a good passer, but I think we look at Christian as a guy that we want him to be taking players on, right, and running at players. He's the one sort of stand-up passer that we have in that attacking four, right? I want to see what the relationship between Tillman and Balogun looks like, right? Balogun making a whole bunch of runs, and can he find him? But, yeah, the more Tillman has the ball, I think that might dictate a lot of our success in the attacking third of the field.
So I guess the question then, to piggyback off of that then, Chuck, is how do we get Tillman the ball?
Well,
you got Onana, you got Raskin, who are very good at what they do.
Yeah, but at the same time, KDB is not going to defend. CDK is not going to defend. There's going to be an opportunity to have 3v2 in that midfield. And if Balogun drops in and finds those pockets, there's going to be space in behind for Weston to make that late run, for Christian to make that late run. So for Tillman, it's just getting on the ball in those pockets. They're going to find him in a seam, and then it's on him. We've seen him do it in Champions League. We've seen him do it with PSV. Now, I think guys are starting to understand how he plays at the international level and what are his strengths.
Okay.
To your point about some guys making the team, some guys making the 11, I think Tillman's in a position, right, where he's looking to solidify a spot in the 11. Like, he has a chance to be one of those guys. And we saw, Gold Cup, right, where he kind of turned the corner with this team, and they think they can depend on him a little bit more. So I'm excited to see what he brings today.
All right, if you had one name from the U.S. team that you expect or want to see have a good game, who's the most important player for you, Chuck, on that?
There's a number of players here.
Tillman's got to be in that conversation.
So what are we want to see have a good game?
Or just
needs to have a good game?
Oh, okay. Let me redefine that.
I'm going to go with Balogun.
Interesting.
And the reason why is because if your striker is having a great game, that means he's getting opportunities. He's getting on the ball. We're on the front foot. This isn't a striker. You don't normally, if you're saying, hey, the striker is either invisible or he's not involved, then you're saying the team isn't doing enough in the final third. So if he has a great game, that means attacking.
Okay.
We are.
That. It's like a blanket. I like that one. If you don't say Matt Turner, I don't know what we're doing here.
I'm not going to go Matt Turner because I think Matt Turner's on the bus, right? He's going to. I'm going to say Johnny today.
Johnny Cardoso.
That was my other.
Yeah, because we've mentioned this a couple times. It's not looked the same at the club level.
Yeah.
That it needs to look here with the national team, right? So I'm going to go Johnny.
All right, I'm going to go Mark McKenzie, center back union. I think he's going to have a big game if he really wants to think about breaking into the first team. All right, we're going to take our first break of the show. When we come back, more of the good stuff like always. So keep it right here. Yeah! Let's go! All right, welcome back into the show. I'm Jimmy Conrad alongside Tony Meola and Charlie Davies. We're here at Football Factory at Legends in Midtown Manhattan in New York City alongside American Outlaws, New York City. Appreciate you guys. Let's go. Love the energy. We're all excited to have a game for the U.S. men's national team, our first in 4 months, 75 days away from the start of the World Cup. So lots of questions we have for this game, and we need some answers, everyone. Now, before we get into more of the game, I got tasked with some best bets, and I wanted to get everybody's, best bets of the game, U.S. versus Belgium. This is the one I like. This is number one, bet number one, the U.S. to score first, plus 105. How are you feeling about that, Big Tones?
So tell me, if I put $100 down, what do I get?
You get $105.
I earn.
It's even money. It's 1-to-1. Do you like that one?
Yeah, I'll take that one.
Okay. So another one I did, Balogun to score anytime, plus 170.
I like that one a lot.
5 goals in his last 5 games.
Can I change to that one?
You can if you
no,
want.
I got that one.
And then I had U.S. We got a double chance, U.S. winner draw and over 1.5 goals. That's also even money, plus 105 for the most part. Winner draw and over that. So I got, when the Chris Richards news broke, Miles Robinson news broke that they weren't going to be in the team, I didn't know who the starting 11 was going to be, and I was like, that makes me a little bit nervous. So I went the double chance, win and draw and over 1.5 goals. I could see a 1-1 here, and that hits. So you had 1-1. We both had 2-1, right? So that all those bets would hit.
Do you still feel 1-1 after you see Belgium's team?
I think we can get after this team a little bit. I don't know about you, but I think we can run at this back four. You mentioned it, right? I think the key is dealing with the midfield. Raskin and Onana, 2 pretty good players, right? So I think if we can win sort of that battle a little bit, we can run at this group.
Okay, so I think because it's been so long, it has been 4 months since we played Paraguay and Uruguay, we had a ton of momentum coming out of that camp, and obviously beating Uruguay 5-1 is a big deal. How do we carry elements of that 4 months later into this game, Chuck?
Well, it's pretty simple in terms of what Tanner Tessman's going to be responsible for when we have possession. It still feels like you're playing with 3 in the back, even though he's gone to a 4-2-3-1. But when Tessman drops and is almost this pivot, that allows Weah and Robinson to stay high and create the width. That allows Christian to be flexible in between the lines with Malik Tillman and Weston McKennie. And that also provides Balogun many more opportunities to get the ball, to receive the ball from different angles, different perspectives. So I think from that standpoint, it remains the same in the attacking phase of play. So you can carry that momentum. I think, more importantly, that they all believe that they're going in the right direction after some of these big wins and these big matches. So I think the confidence is still high, and that's why I think we got to get a result today, and one that really boosts the confidence around this team in terms of supporters in this country.
100%. What I would add, and I love that you painted that picture for us, because if Tessman does drop into the line, which allows Weah to push up, then he's going to create our width, which means that McKennie can now maybe slot in and have a little bit of freedom to find pockets of space as well.
Which is when he's at his best.
Yeah, when you let him roam, that's when he does his best work.
So I actually, starting to get around this formation and the ideas around it. And then Tillman has demonstrated he could also be a little bit deeper as well. And that just gives a lot of freedom to players that like to have freedom. So I'm excited to see how we perform against a very good opponent.
Yeah, and I would think, like, we're looking for movement, right? How all of this comes together and how free Mauricio Pochettino lets these guys play. The functional group on the left between Pulisic and Anthony Robinson, right? Finally seeing this again. We haven't seen it for a long time. And then how does you mentioned it, Timothy Weah, Weston McKennie, how does that sort of functional group work? And I think that we'll see Anthony Robinson a little bit more on the train tracks, right? Being in that left channel where Timothy Weah may get forward and start to explore a little bit, right? But who knows how much leash, Mauricio Pochettino is going to give them. I would imagine today they're going to have a little bit at least.
Hey, can we talk about Jedi really quick? Because he hasn't been in the team for a while. I don't think he's played a game for us since November 2024. So that's a year and a half ago. How important is he to have a good performance and just to kind of cement? We know he's going to start if healthy, but just in how he plays in relation to everybody else.
It's massive. He just gives us that flexibility, because when he's not on the pitch, it's been Max Arfson who's gotten better, but ultimately he's always cutting back to his right foot. Anthony Robinson will bomb down the left channel and use his left peg. He provides width. He's so good in transition. So he's a game changer for us when he's on the pitch. So I'm excited to see him. And hopefully he's really influential for us.
Yeah, and I'm curious as to when he's bombing forward in that left channel, like you said, Big Tones, where does Christian stand in relation to that? Because we might actually have a future U.S. men's national team. I mean, fully kitted out. A little bit too much noise.
Yeah, he looks really thrilled right now.
hey, too much pressure. We're already anointing him the next big thing. But we love the support. USA, 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 USA. That's awesome. But yeah, your thoughts on the relationship between Jedi and Christian?
I love it because the one thing we know Christian likes to do, Jimmy, is cut into the middle of the field, right? That's where he makes his bread and butter, right? And that's where I think he's best, right? Starting out on the left, so this gives that lane, right, that channel for Anthony Robinson to run up and down the field. And but again, it's how much does Mauricio Pochettino want to give them freedom? Again, I got to think that today he's just going to let these guys go.
Okay.
Go and attack. Like, this is what we're doing now. This is the last phase. We've worked on organization. We've gotten better with not conceding goals. Like, that's the last part. Let's see how fluid we can be in the attack.
Yeah. So apparently there's been a rule change with FIFA, for those that don't know, where you can agree to have more subs than usual. Okay, so there was 6 subs before. Now we have agreed with Belgium to have 11 subs. So it feels like this first half could be really indicative of a team that we want to see. And then if we make that many changes, it could kind of disrupt the flow of the game. So I'm really paying attention to this first half, Chuck.
Yeah, but also for players that come in. A Gio Reyna, for instance, if he comes in, it's going to mean that much more, because this could be his role in the World Cup. So sink or swim moment for him.
Yeah. No, it's going to be pretty exciting to see. All right, so for the people that didn't listen or watch our podcast, we don't know what you're doing with your life. You got to make sure you always follow us in what we're doing, what we're saying. But let's recirculate our predictions. So you had 1-1, Tones.
Okay. I had 1-1, but I'm really smart. I went and hired somebody.
Okay.
I hired Amelia back behind me.
All right, let's hear from Amelia.
I'm gonna go with whatever Amelia says is the score.
Okay, all right.
That's gonna be my prediction.
All right, Amelia, what's your prediction?
What are we thinking, Amelia?
2-1 USA.
Okay, all right. Hey, I love it.
Yes.
All right. That's smart because
Smart man right here.
Me and Chuck both said 2-1, and you went 1-1.
I went 1-1, but now
Amelia
no,
switched it
I
to
hired
2-1.
somebody a
Now
little bit
he's with
smarter
us.
than me.
Yeah,
He's
You
joined
guys-
us. The 2-1 crew.
Welcome to the club.
Yes.
All right, so we have a few minutes before the game kicks off. How do you think this first half is going to kind of unfold?
Yeah, based on what you just said, right? I don't want to see. We don't need to be timid about anything, right? If we got 11 subs, we know the second half is going to be a little bit of a scramble. Let's get after them. I mean, what are we doing right now?
Got to attack. Everyone has been, over the past, let's say, 3 years or so, sick of, sitting back, defending, predictable. We gotten to a point now where Pochettino understands the group. The group knows the demands, the expectations. Go out and play, attack. Now, of course, there are going to be moments where you got to defend, and everyone's, emergency defending if we are exposed a little bit. But at the end of the day, we want to see fluid, attacking football.
Okay, I love that. So let's take that one step further. What's one thing that you want to see?
What about you?
Well, no. I agree with you ultimately that we need to play on the front foot. We need to play in their half as much as possible. When we do get caught in transition, how quickly can we solve those problems?
Are you a guy that says we win the ball in transition, go direct to goal, or win the ball and settle possession in their attacking half and build a rhythm?
I'm more of a coach of let's take what the game's giving us. So if they're going to give us that space, then yes, we got to take it. If they're going to sit 8 or 9 behind the ball, then let's just play here, be patient, and demonstrate that we have that patience to then kind of pick our spots when to go. I don't want to just go if it's not on to go.
So ultimately, you want to see us dictate the tempo.
Dictate the tempo, dictate the rhythm,
But
and
you
be in
don't
charge.
want you don't want it to be a slow tempo, though.
No.
Right?
Got to keep the ball moving.
Yeah,
you got to keep the ball moving. Is there any other things that you guys want to see specifically?
Rhythm
this
for me, right? Rhythm, and how much can you impose what you want to do on Belgium today?
Right.
Does everyone feel good about that?
Everybody feeling good about it? Good? We feeling good? I love the energy here at Football Factory at Legends in Midtown Manhattan. We are going to take our next break. When we come back, kickoff. So don't go anywhere. It's going to be a great game. Let's go, USA! Let's go! Woo! USA! 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 What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Football Factory at Legends here in Midtown Manhattan in New York City. I'm Conrad Dino alongside Big Tones and Check Chase and Chuck. We got the American Outlaws behind us. Let's go! You love it, love the energy, and we're excited. Kickoff is almost upon us here, U.S. versus Belgium. So first question, Big Tones, before we get closer to this, and this is taking a look at our group here. We're taking on Australia, taking on Paraguay. Paraguay first on June 12th in LA at SoFi Stadium. We don't know yet who we're going to play in that last game.
Kosovo or
Turkey.
Kosovo looked good, by the way.
They did.
Kosovo down twice, came back and won that one 4-3. Turkey a little bit more nervy, but got the job done and beat Romania 1-0. I still think Turkey is the team we don't want to face. So Kosovo's hosting this game, so we'll have to wait and see. But what from this game can we take that can help us against Paraguay on June 12th, Big Tones?
Trying to think, you're looking at a technical group, right, in this Belgium side, a technical group of Paraguay. I don't think this team, this Belgium side, is going to sit back nearly as much as we've seen from Paraguay, right? A little bit more attacking mindset. So how do you deal with that part of the game? I don't know that there's real similarities. There's probably more similarities to Turkey with this team, with this Belgium side, than any, or Kosovo, I should say that, right, than any of the other two.
Are you feeling the same way?
Yeah, I think this is a game where you just got to work on yourselves and not necessarily relate it to the opponent, because if you play your game in some ways, Australia, Paraguay, it's about attacking with the right frame of mind, the right mentality, and understanding that the counterattack is how those two teams will get at you.
Okay, so I think what's interesting, and keep your comments coming. We're going to definitely read a few of those here while we're on the show, well, throughout the game, ultimately. But I'm very curious as to, well, because Belgium just doesn't have the same type of profile as Paraguay and Australia. And I think Turkey is probably the closest, but we still don't know for sure if they're going to go through. And Australia is very similar, which is something we talked about before. Are these friendly opponents going to really replicate and mimic what we're going to see when the World Cup comes? A good game's a good game, so you always got to take something away from it.
Yeah, but again, what Tony was going to say, I know this. You get through the group, you could run into Belgium.
That's true. Well, round of 32, if we get runner-up and they get runner-up, and then if we win the group and they win the group, we play them in the round of 16.
Yeah, if you're going to go deep, you're going to run into these types of teams, right, with this type of talent, and you got to play a little bit of every style, right? And who knows what Belgium's going to bring today, right? We have no idea. They're missing some players as well. Obviously, you mentioned Lukaku not there, Trossard not there. Those are really talented players. So I love these tests. I told you this months ago. When this schedule came out, give me these teams, every international window.
No, of course. I mean, there are plenty in our own region where we are kind of in control of those games and dictating the terms. And we have to answer the other questions, because at some point when we get to the knockout rounds, we're going to face stiff tests, just like Belgium, just like Portugal on Tuesday, and Germany and Senegal moving forward. Yeah, so here's a question here. This one is from Average Avocado. That's a great name. I'm nervous about Weah in a back four. Are you nervous?
No, he's
played there, yeah.
So
for Marseille, he plays there.
If this was a player
Juventus,
who
he
hadn't played full-on right back, then I'd say, oh my God, Max Arpsson, for instance, playing left back and not left wing back. There's a big difference, especially now you're saying, no, not club, we're talking about international, and this isn't CONCACAF. We're talking about a strong European opponent. Then you should be nervous. But I think Timothy Weah, we've seen just how committed he is to being on the field and being a team player, that I'm not worried at all. He can defend, and we know he can attack.
All right, there's another one here from True Hyena. What's up, True Hyena? We appreciate your support as always. He says KBB is slow. Tessman and Johnny can easily keep up with him, and Weah can help keep up with Doku. I don't think he maybe appreciates, like, KDB is thinking fast and he's quick. Now, you don't have fast and quick are different.
Was Iniesta fast?
Xavi?
Was Xavi fast? Was Busquets fast? I mean, at the end of the day, if their brain is fast, that's all that matters.
Yeah, it's
people like to be as slow as Kevin De Bruyne.
I'd love to be as slow as Kevin De Bruyne, to be honest. Nice rendition. I love it. I love it. We're almost there. This looks like a proper. Go for it. And the hope of the brave. Let's go. Let's get after it. USA, 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 USA. Well, here we go. We've been talking about this game, and for 4 months we've been looking forward to this opponent in particular. what's interesting is Belgium is also kind of in a similar situation. Every international team is at this point as a prep for the World Cup. Who are going to be my best guys? Who could I trust in big moments to make plays? So I know we're focusing a lot on us, but Belgium are having some holes they need to fill, and I'm kind of curious who's going to step up for them and how we have to solve those problems.
Yeah, and you mentioned De Bruyne, right? Like, how does De Bruyne fit back into the national team?
Yeah, he's been hurt for a while.
What does he look like fitness-wise? I mean, you said it. They've got just as many questions as the U.S. do. Everybody's trying to do the same thing, is inch closer and closer to the World Cup.
All right, let's take a look at the starting 11s. Once again, if you didn't see it earlier, we're going to start with the U.S. first. We're going into a 4-2-3-1, a little bit different than what we saw against Paraguay and Uruguay. Chris Richards being out, I think, was the big catalyst for making that happen. Got Matt Turner in goal. That would be a big surprise, I think, for some. We have Jedi Robinson. We have Ream and McKenzie as the center backs, and Tim Weah on the right, which we discussed. He'll have a lot of work to do with Jeremy Doku today. Cardoso and Testament as the 6s. Christian Pulisic on the left, maybe pinched in a little bit based on where Jedi sets up. Weston McKennie on the right, doing a little bit of the same. If Weah comes in and gives us the width. Malik Tillman underneath Fuller and Balogun. Are you happy with this lineup, Charlie Davies?
Yeah, I'm happy with this lineup, and my expectations are going to change. Chris Richards is a huge blow, and then Miles Robinson is also injured. So
he's out for both games.
You're figuring, okay, you're going to have to make some changes, and I think what Pochettino has done is a slight change, but it allows them to still attack in the same way.
Yeah, especially because Tessman can drop into that center back position if Weah goes forward and Jedi goes forward, and then we can adjust and be fluid from there. That's one of our favorite words here. All right, let's take a look at Belgium's starting 11, okay, because I want you to get into it here, Big Tones. A talented team. They got Lamens in goal. De Kuyper plays for Brighton. He's very good on the left side. You got Davies and Michele, and then you got Meunier. He's 34, the oldest player on the field. I think De Bruyne is there too. Onana and Raskin in the 6s. Doku, Kevin De Bruyne, Salamakers, and De Ketelaere up top.
Yeah, of this starting group, the front four, the ones that I'm looking at, like Doku, I think we know is going to hang out on the left. Salamakers, he'll hang out on the right, but he'll cut inside. What does De Ketelaere look like? CDK doesn't generally play as a 9. De Bruyne plays in that position, but does he have to occupy and play a little bit when De Ketelaere drops in? He's not that type of player, right? Normally you have a guy in there that will be a little bit more mobile, that will run in behind. So interested to see how they organize in the attacking part of the field, because they are missing that focal point in Lukaku.
So that's what makes it interesting for me from a center back perspective for the U.S. as to if he's going to start up high, CDK, and then drop in, who's going to follow him into those gaps? And if we're going to leave him, then that's going to create numerical advantages for Belgium around Johnny Cardoso and Tanner Tessman. The last time we played the U.S., and look at that goalkeeper jersey for Matt Turner. That is clean when you see it out there.
That's a nice jersey. That's a nice kit.
I don't know if I'd seen the full kit yet. Looking good.
I need one of those. Double X.
The last time we played Belgium was 2014 World Cup, round of 16. We lost that game, but a little chance at redemption. I know it's not the same competition, it's just a friendly, Chuck, but we always want to put our stamp on things against good opponents.
Man, they got nice kits.
I was going to say, is that their World Cup jersey?
Yeah.
Oof.
It's a nice kit from Belgium.
The Belgium kit is pretty nice. But I like ours with the numbers.
I want to know
like the
from you guys, who lays the first tackle from the U.S.? The first hard tackle. Weston? All right, Weston. By the way, don't forget, everybody here, you can get some swag over there in the corner.
So we got Call You What You Want T-shirts and merch. We want you rocking all the gear. Tell all your friends. Tell your mom I said hi. I love that. That's probably inappropriate. But here we go. Kickoff is happening. All right. Good early ball. Got some questions. Matt Turner comes in. He's got it. All right, so I'm very curious. You said this early on, Big Tones, about tempo and pace. And I wonder where Belgium's going to set up their line of confrontation in coaching speak. Where are they going to try to trap us ultimately? And how do we solve that?
I believe that. I believe that. I believe that we. I believe that we.
What a tackle.
I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win.
That was Tillman making that.
Love it.
That was Tillman, right? Yeah. First tackle from Tillman.
Tillman got a tackle.
I believe that we will win.
Interesting jersey choice. They're very similar.
Yeah, there's similarity here. But you saw right away that they were trying to trap Jedi a little bit and putting some extra pressure on him and cutting out his options, which led to a bad turnover. Don't foul him, don't foul him, don't foul him. Keep your feet moving. Here we go. All right, good reactions there. He's offside. Hey, way to get out of that situation. They got a little sticky. And I like the red and white with the numbers,
too
by
easy,
the way.
Right? Too easy a ball for me
bit.
to get around the corner and be dangerous.
Yeah, so far we're somewhat stuck in the corner here. Just want to play a little bit higher up the field. All right, this is a bit sloppy for me. We got to get this under control. Got a lot of numbers, not solving too many of the problems. They're doing cheeky back heels. Oh my, that would have been an awesome.
All right, so you saw Meunier get forward, right away?
Yeah, we saw a cheeky back heel within 2 minutes.
From Salamakers, yeah.
That was Salamakers.
Come on.
Yeah, he's got that in his bag. He's a little bit unpredictable in the way that he plays.
Come
right?
on, 2 minutes into the game.
Who's that
Have some
run?
respect,
Yeah,
Salamakers.
that's
Who
a
missed
class.
that run? Is that Johnny missed that run, right?
Yeah, we have to have somebody rotated into that space. You got to track him into the corner.
Yeah, he ran behind him. So we're going to try and build out here with a little higher pressure.
All right, so it looks like trying to win some second balls here. This game is in Atlanta, Georgia. We'll also be playing Portugal here at the stadium that Arthur Blank built. Okay, now a little higher up the field. Again, I'm very curious as to where Belgium is going to try to trap us. It seems like they're trying to get out the Jedi as soon as they can to not maybe let him get any.
Yeah, they're getting after Jedi,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Look how far Johnny Cardoso dropped back as well. And that's not where you want to see him either.
Okay, ball out of bounds. Not a great start. 3 minutes in. Yeah, I'm looking just as concerned as Mauricio Pochettino right now and his coaching staff. But I do think it's important to try some things, Chuck, right? We want to see what our build out looks like against a good opponent, even if it doesn't work every time.
That was pretty direct.
What's that? Say it again.
Yeah, the white kits versus the white kits here. Yeah, light on light, little difficult to see.
All right, we got a question here from Flandes who says, I want to see Tessman bossing the midfield and winning duels, making beautiful passes to the wingers. I'd love that as well. Cool Simon says Doku is going to destroy that defense. We'll see about that, Cool Simon. Come on,
Okay.
Jedi.
Okay.
Jedi to the attacking third, making stuff
Okay.
happen. Come on.
Okay.
Oh. It's all right. It's better. It's better. It's better. Keep them pinned in.
Yeah,
You don't have to foul there.
You got to win this one now.
We want to win the second balls.
Yep,
Yes.
There
That is
you go, Tim.
cheeky touch there by Tim Ream.
That's experience right there because CDK is not a player playing with his back to goal.
But he didn't try and fight him, right? He just stayed with him and stuck his leg in.
All right, so this is a little bit of the knock on Turner's games is the ball at his feet. Let's see how he manages some pressure. Colin also says, respect to Pochettino for experimenting a bit with the lineup today. It will take the whole roster to succeed at a World Cup. And you're exactly right. You're not going to win anything of consequence just using 11 or 12 or 13 players. You're going to need 18 to 20 for sure, especially because
West dropping in, huh?
the World Cup is a lot longer than it used to be with 48 teams. So you're adding one more game to the slate. All right. So it seems like we've gotten a little bit of the territory. We're 5 minutes in. Chuck, give me your one word. How are you feeling about it so far?
I mean, it's still in the trying to find the game phase.
Yeah.
Both teams haven't really had clean-cut possession yet.
Now do it in one word. Do it in one word.
Just one word. Tell us how you...
Choppy.
Choppy. It is choppy. They seem to be getting into our half a little bit quicker and easier than we are in theirs if we're just looking at little tells and triggers.
Okay, Tessman dispossessed Doku.
Yeah, it looks like Tessman on the foul on Doku. You don't want to get Doku any space to really get a chance to turn and run at you, but also giving up, I guess that wasn't a foul, to throw in, so not too bad.
That was a good tackle.
Good tackle. I thought he called a foul. Offside, good
who,
line.
Who allowed these jerseys to be picked by
I don't know.
Belgium?
I mean, close up, it probably looks a little bit different, but from on a TV screen,
Yeah,
right?
it's not
just,
great.
Yeah.
All right. Rudy Garcia in Belgium currently on a 9-game unbeaten streak. cruise through qualifying. That was a good run.
Okay.
Maybe we should have played the ball a little bit sooner, but I love the rotation there where Weston drops in and Weah gets in behind. Hits a good ball. Oh my, I'm going to eat it here on the stool. Hey, but a good opportunity. We'd love to see it. But I love the rotation there when Weston drops in and then you have Weah go in advance.
Tessman, right? Tessman's the one that played that
we
ball
played
in.
the ball.
We talked about that, right? Dropping a little bit deeper.
Yeah, great ball.
Tillman.
Was that Malik Tillman?
Yeah, Tillman dropped back
in.
Gives us some options there, but Weah does really well.
That's really
get
nice.
behind it.
But
Put that in a dangerous
to your point
spot.
earlier, Jimmy, this is taking, we want to build out of that. Take what the game gives you, though. Gave you a run over the top, a ball, and you get runners in the box.
And here's Doku, who was waiting for that 1v1 with Mark McKenzie.
Got to go and help him. Got to go and help him.
All right, he's already got one cross off. We're on a Doku count here. See how many crosses he can get. That's an area of the field where we want to really limit influence and impact. And so we'll keep an eye on kind of crosses from those areas on either side of the field. But Doku, a specialist with that, Manchester City. I mean, even actually when they're walking right next to each other, those jerseys look pretty similar. I mean, if you're glancing and you only have a half a second to make a decision, I'd be a little frustrated with that.
There's a foul there, though.
All right, again, let's see what our build-out looks like. We seem to be having some more success hitting long balls. Tim Ream to Jedi. We'll take the first corner. I should have maybe.
It looked like Johnny was dropped into that left fullback.
Yeah, we
position.
saw it earlier. We saw that earlier.
It's the second time. I wonder if he's doing it on the left-hand side and maybe Tessman is doing it on the right-hand side, so they don't have to do so much running, right?
All right, if anybody watching right now wants to chime in, give us some good questions. Still haven't seen Flo Balogun have a touch on the ball yet, so that's a bit concerning. We're 8 minutes into the game. Got to get him involved for sure.
Oh, this is good.
I like the short corner. Go on, hit it up. Go on. Ooh. Is that Jedi with his weak foot?
Jedi with the right.
Hey. Oh, now here in transition, Kevin De Bruyne. God, he makes it look easy. Good ball there from KDB into the space.
All right, Weston.
Yeah.
Back in, though. It's some transition defending here for the U.S. Can they slow it down without having to sit on top of their box? It's not an area we want to necessarily be.
Balogun got his first touch right there.
He did with the tackle. The issue when we drop too deep is that when we win the ball, now we have 80 yards to have to try to generate an attack. Now, thankfully, we have the players that can make that happen.
You got to get there to get organized
That's
first,
true.
right?
That's
Before
true.
you can get forward. And
But you're picking up what I'm putting down, though. Like if we're sitting on top of our box all the time.
no doubt.
Just
You
takes
don't
a lot
want to
of
get pinned here for long.
Right. All right, Belgium reestablishing some possession in our defensive third. They're attacking third. Might want to keep eyes on KDB. Heard that guy's pretty good. Corner kick for the Red Devils.
You know, when I see Malik Tillman now, I watched him during his season at Rangers, and I see a lot of similarities in the way that he had to play to tackle the transition game, where he grew a lot physically, and you could see how it's applied to his game now. He's at PSV when he was a player of the season. He didn't have to defend like he does now.
Yeah. Yeah, the asks of playing on both sides of the ball, super important, especially as we head into World Cup games. Oh, man. Hey, he hit that clean, by the way.
Was that Balogun that made a bad read there? Right on
Yeah, I'd
that
like to
flight
see
of
it
that
again.
ball? Yeah, watch Balogun here.
Oh, this is ours.
This is too easy. If you're Belgium, you're not happy with this.
Yeah.
Look at
But they'll
Robinson with your
say
right.
we gave a right-footed shot to a left-footed player. That's my out.
But to that point, he did a great job.
Yeah, he did well.
Put it on
He
goal.
did really well.
And from a goalkeeping standpoint, coming through all that traffic, you're trying to look around legs and bodies.
And then give a rebound right there in front of the goal.
Yeah, it feels like what the game's given us at the moment is if we can find and isolate 1v1 situations, hitting that long ball, nice little clip long ball. Even if we don't get to it first, it still puts the Belgium defense in a lot of pressure. I love that turn. We'll take the foul. Come on, referee.
Yeah, you got the foul.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. He heard me. Appreciate that. I've got a direct line. I'm actually talking to him while he's got that headset on. We're 11 minutes into this game, 0-0. Both teams with the corner. Both teams with some decent looks at goals. I had the U.S. scoring first in this one. Balogun scoring first would be even better. I'd hit 2 of my 3
That
bets.
was around plus 170, Jim.
Yes, you're right. Yeah.
Oh, what a ball. What a ball.
Yeah, it seems like when we're dropping in some midfielders.
Ooh, got deflected on the way in.
And then using Jedi and Weah is our width and depth. It's not a bad idea, but we got to be thoughtful in transition.
All right, 1v1.
Doku versus Weah in midfield with an overlap. Got a little 2v1. It's going to drag out some of our midfielders here, create space elsewhere. Belgium's very good at identifying that, making a run into this area. We want to make sure we limit crosses from here. Very dangerous to get organized and to track runs. But Belgium's done a nice job of getting into our half quickly and then establishing possession. A lot better than we have. We're just hitting long balls, which is fine. That's what the game's giving us. But it would be nice to have some sustained possession in their half too. And we don't want to give up cheap fouls at any point throughout this whole tournament, because cheap fouls lead to set pieces, and set pieces decide a lot of big games.
Yeah, I was just thinking, as Doku had the ball there, Charlie, like this area of the field, you want him to have the ball, right? Let him have it 30 in it, but like you said, you can't foul him.
Same thing how Timothy Weah was defending in transition. Slow him down, delay, and then he comes inside where you have help.
All right, some other questions here from Coach Bjorn. Is Tim Ream the American Maldini? Just in terms of, I assume, longevity.
What, the long hair?
That's a good one. Another one from Veg says, I know Charlie's looking at a beer right now.
What?
You're looking at a beer. He's got eyes on a beer. We can't confirm or deny any rumors at this time. I love it. And Joe says, up the Glens. Go on, Joe. Up the Glens. Shout out to my peeps, San Francisco Glens. All right, we survived that one, but as we know, set pieces do decide a lot of big games, so we want to limit. Yeah, here we go. All right.
Now we're starting to settle into the game.
A little bit. I love that split pass. I
Look
love
at
that layoff.
Yep.
Let's go.
Let's
drive,
go, CP.
drive. We got this.
CP!
Didn't catch all of that, but I love the setup and the build-up through midfield.
How about the little touch by, it was Wes, right, in the midfield? Yeah, just opening it up to, look at this little touch here by Wes. And
it's the split pass here.
this one,
Anytime you can create a double split, especially in the middle of the field, it's usually going to turn into an opportunity like this.
Oh, this is a really good chance.
Yeah,
right
good back pressure there from Raskin from Belgium, just to put off Christian enough. But yeah, he had them scramble. We had them scrambling.
But you know, when you're playing a match, the first 10, 15 minutes, you're trying to figure out how are they planning for us? How are they playing? How are they set up? Now you can start to see them finding the spaces. They've figured out just how Belgium is pressing, how they're setting up in midfield.
Yeah, it's one of those things, right? We talk about going. You put yourself in a position where you survive to
job,
thrive,
Wes.
right? And so we survived the first 15 minutes so we can thrive later on.
And Wes is finding those spaces right now.
Oh, what a ball. Good. So we're getting into areas too, getting some crosses off. And now we're maintaining some possession where we actually have to make Belgium work and make them suffer a little bit. Doku's read that one, but anytime we can get one of their better attacking players defending by their
high up the
line.
field, you got numbers,
great.
you win the ball right back, now we're in the attack.
This is perfect. This is how we want to play the game. This is the game on our terms. It's all right if it's not on. Jedi attracts 2. Christian attracts a couple. We get a corner. We'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take it.
Yes.
Love the vibes here, guys. Love the vibes. Shout out to the American Outlaws here in New York City, bringing the energy right now. We love it. We love a good corner kick.
Now do they go direct? Are they going direct here?
Well, they had the 2v1 before. See, I can't imagine Belgium's going to give it to him again, right?
All right, Malik Tillman standing over it. Christian Pulisic stood over the first one. They played short. Tillman's in. I assume they're going long. See what this looks like. Whips it in. And now we're leading to potentially De Bruyne picking us apart. Want to avoid that at all costs. Here we go. Little transition. Love the reaction from our guys. Excellent, excellent,
Christian on
excellent.
the recovery.
I don't know if we want to make this. This is 1 versus 5 right now.
Let's go.
1 versus 6. Why not?
Take them one-on-one.
Take everybody on. Oh, you know what? We'll get another corner. We love corner kicks here. All right.
We're starting to feel it. It's coming.
Jedi in his headband phase.
You know, I think we forgot over the last couple of months how different we are when Jedi plays.
Yes.
Right? We just are just a different looking team on the left-hand side. And then the relationship with Christian, right? And the understanding of each other.
All right, Tillman's back on it.
He hits a good ball.
He does. I didn't like that first one, though. I think you can give a little bit more of an opportunity to your big center backs to get in there and try to get ahead on it. That was pretty direct and kind of low. They're going for it again, though. That was good. Weston! Yes! Holy
man, what an opportunity.
What a save.
Wow.
I got to see that again. Right now, it's a 3v2. No, don't let it go the other way. Good backtracking there from the U.S. to slow this attack down. Kevin De Bruyne is still moving. We're going to take a look at that replay there. Hopeful cross. That's what we want. Hopeful crosses. Good. Yes, let's play out of this. They're late right now in their pressure and their trapping. Can we play out of it?
Hold it up.
Good hold-up play. Got to have good hold-up play. We can't miss that pass. A pass could be killer for us. Create an opportunity.
It stuck to his foot, but it was the pass. That was a hospital ball.
Yeah. Doku in the box, dribbling at us. All right. So hopefully we get an opportunity here with our corner kick to see the replay. Oh, Weston's not going to look any better than that.
Lamans has been so good at Man United.
What a good
this year.
save.
What a big save.
That should be a goal, though.
Needs to be. But there is a goalkeeper in there.
That's true.
Yeah, there's a goalkeeper.
Yeah,
spreading himself, making himself big.
I think Chris Wondolowski was saying the same thing.
Some might say
last
doing
time
his
we played
job.
Belgium. Is it too soon? Too soon? I'm just saying, he made it. All right. Football Factory Legends, Midtown Manhattan. We got a guest. What's up, man? What's up? How are you?
How are you?
Good.
Nice to see you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. What's your name?
Hey, I'm Tommy.
Tommy.
Yeah.
What's up, Tom?
Tommy.
What's your question? What do you got for us?
So I got a good question for you guys. So you guys are former players. I guess looking at this World Cup squad, who on this team reminds you the most of you? And the second part of the question is, do you think they're ready for the moment?
I think Balogun reminds me of Tony.
Yeah, of course. Great question, Tommy. Appreciate that. Thank you for the support. Go ahead, Chuck. You can go first.
A player on this side, I mean,
Okay.
I'm going to go with Balogun in a lot of ways. I think he maybe drops into the hole more than I did.
Yeah.
And I'd like to get more in the wide areas and run at guys a little bit more than he did. So, but otherwise, I think there is a lot of similarities in the way that we try to play to get on the defender's shoulders.
All right, Weston McKennie getting the yellow card here.
Which center back reminds me of yourself?
Well, I've said it before in the past. Not in this team currently, but Walker Zimmerman would be someone that was just hardworking, hard on his sleeve, make the
play. Is that why you had an affinity for him every time?
Yeah, of course. I'd always say that. I'd raise my hand and acknowledge that.
Didn't he ask which guy in this team?
Yeah, sure, no problem. I would say when
Matt
I look
Turner.
at the team, Matt Turner. I'm not going to say what I want to say, Chuck. I'm not going to say what I want to say, everybody. I've got better feet than Matt Turner, okay? I know where you're going with that.
It's debatable. It's debatable.
Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Yeah, I would go. I'd say Mark McKenzie, does the job, trying to be really good at what you do. Trusty's another one.
Yeah, I would have Trusty. Yeah.
Because you both, Trusty goes into tackles like you, and covers good ground.
I just tried to be tough to play against.
And simple,
right? So
simple on the ball.
Yeah.
And I think that's.
My job wasn't to be a number 10. My job was to defend.
There's
and
a
give the ball to the
period
other
in
good
Jimmy's
players.
career where his job was just to give the ball to the goalkeeper so he could make a pass. I can just tell you that.
Hey, I grew from that, everyone. I grew and I matured and I evolved. My mom is so proud of me now. All right, Tones, how about you?
The starting goalkeeper.
Good answer. Good answer. I love that. I love that. Good split. Can we keep that ball? That's the one. Man, the best teams in the world figure out a way out of those types of situations, and when they do, then that's when they can hurt you because then they've kind of broken your pressure. This is why it's good to play against a Belgium. We were very organized and excellent at trapping.
Good defending in there.
Very
well
good
done.
defending. And we got the goal kick there too.
Oh, he got a goal kick out of it. He had him spun around one time, huh?
Hey, for all those young defenders out there, the number one thing in defending is just being proud and being a good defender, taking pride in what you're doing. And I thought Tim Weah was pumped up about making a good play.
Yeah.
And that's half of defending, maybe even more than half of it.
And Jim, in this case, realizing, right, a little bit of patience. You don't have to make the play until the end sometimes, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to make this play in, 12, 14 yards from the end line. He made it at the last second. Yeah.
When defenders get too eager.
Yeah.
And make the game easier for you, right? Because they cut out one thing. Chuck, that's always when I ran into issues, was when I made it so obvious where I was going to give you, and then you were faster and better and stronger than me to go right past me. But when I didn't maybe make that obvious, then it became harder for you. Yeah. I thought Tim Weah did an excellent job there.
Oh boy, are we having a water break?
Well, this is the marketing break.
This is our commercial water break.
Good tackle there from Weston. Whoa.
Jimmy Conrad!
Hey, I don't know who paid you to say that, but I got plenty of time for it.
Jimmy Conrad!
Yes.
Jimmy Conrad!
Tearing up over here. Hey! Appreciate the love. Thank you so much. American Outlaws, New York City. Yeah. You guys have gone #1 in the chapters of American Outlaws in my heart. I appreciate that. Doesn't take much. That's enough for me. #1 in the power rankings. That's great. All right, so water break, 22 minutes in. How are you feeling about what we've seen so far? First half of the first half.
Yeah, I'm optimistic. I think this is looked pretty good. I think it took us a little while to find our feet, but at the moment, for me, I feel very confident they get the result today.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it.
Still feeling good.
They grew into the game a little bit. First 5 minutes were choppy, but you mentioned finding some space, right? Weston McKennie's been able to do that. I think they do need to get the ball to Balogun a little bit more.
Yeah,
He's
get
been
him
used
involved more.
almost as a dummy run in a lot of cases. A couple crosses from Anthony Robinson, the run from Pulisic. So can we feed him something to give him an opportunity?
Right.
Cardoso's been pretty quiet, I gotta
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
Tillman's
And
been good.
sometimes there's a quiet,
a
N'Golo
good
Kante
quiet,
is
yeah.
it's a good quiet sometimes, but I think I need a little bit more from Cardoso.
This water break stinks, but I get managers are going to love
Tactically,
it.
yeah,
Managers
it's a
are going
timeout.
to love this right here.
Yeah,
you
it's
don't
a timeout.
you don't
Essentially
get this
timeout.
opportunity, right? If you're a manager to do this.
In some cases, though, if you're the manager that has momentum, you don't like it.
Yeah.
It works against you, right? So there are a number of managers.
But
who go,
Pochettino
"Oh,
is loving this right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, for sure.
This is such
He
a
loves
chance.
the coach.
Yeah.
He loves the coach. It's clear.
Yeah.
All right, we have another fan here. Introduce yourself.
How's it going, Frank? Frank Radick.
All right, buddy. What's your question for us?
Yeah, so speaking of Pochettino, I want to know, you're Pochettino going into this game, right? What are you focusing on, and what's your desired outcome for this game?
All right, good question. Desired outcome, what are you focusing on? Chuck, I'll go with you.
Well, the desire is to create more chances in the attacking third than Belgium. So the more times that you can win the ball, be direct, but also have some sort of continuity across that front four, which we're starting to see the ideas and the movements and the certain spaces on the pitch to get into. It took them a little while to figure out Belgium, but they have. So I think Pochettino at this water break is saying, job well done, because now we've figured out a way to break them down.
Yeah, that's a good question because it kind of leads into now having this break and maybe making those tactical tweaks, Big Tones, to hopefully get Balogun getting more touches on the ball.
Yeah, I don't know in this break if you make like a tactical tweak or you say, you know what, this is something that's been working for us. Let's go back to it, right? It's what we worked on. We're not changing a formation. We're not changing, obviously, any personnel. But, hey, we see we can get the ball over the top a couple times. Let's try it a little bit more.
Right. And can we get Balogun on the end of that? It's
Well,
really...
we've seen that Anthony Robinson is available down that left flank quite often, and Munier is having a little bit tough time tracking him. So, again, keep pushing that button.
All right, let's see. Belgium also had an opportunity to talk through some things. We'll see what they try to do. I think they've done a really nice job from my perspective of getting into our half and then settling down. We don't seem troubled per se, but it does mean that they have the ball in our area of the field, which usually lends itself to more success than less.
Well, there's a caveat to that. Are they threatening? And
right.
I would say not too troubling. So in that case, just be patient for the U.S.
All right, so we're seeing the sixes for for Belgium, both in the right channels.
I'm going to go into my expert, Amelia.
Amelia, let's go. We got Amelia again.
Amelia, what do you think of the game so far?
I think the U.S. is growing into the game.
Wow.
She thinks the U.S. is growing into the game. There you go. How about that?
I also think she's growing into taking your seat, Big Tones. That was a really good answer.
Amelia, I think they need you back there.
Absolutely.
Way to go, kiddo.
All right, Doku, De Bruyne getting a shot, deflection, out for a corner.
Yeah, you don't want De Bruyne shooting from those areas right there.
So even though don't feel like we're suffering too much in terms of being moved around and not having control, they're still in our area, like in and around the box. Good brave header there from Mark McKenzie.
Wow.
Matt Turner's got to clean that one up.
Interesting.
But Doku's found himself in that channel quite a bit.
But I think that's, if you're Belgium, right, that's what you're trying to do, right? That's where you're trying to force it.
All right. So a question for the chat, for everybody watching here. Do you prefer Tillman taking set pieces over Christian Pulisic? You guys want to chime in on that?
I think so far, from a corner kick, yes.
Yeah.
I think Tillman's done a terrific job. And again, when we get too focused on just putting in crosses, that's not our strength. Balogun's not some Didier Drogba in the box. You know, you don't have that big target. But if you're telling me, hey, we're going to find those little mismatches, and it's little crosses because you got to the end line, you're breaking down the opponent, then okay, that makes sense. But if we start just lumping balls in, it's going to be a long day for us.
Hold on 1 second. I love this build-out from the U.S.
This is good.
Unbelievable. The timing, the movement, excellent. Can we now bring it to completion? Can we get something out of this? So unlucky.
Now go pressure.
But
now
we got to press.
And win it again.
We want to keep them in their area.
Got to win.
It's an important header for McKenzie. Can we win the next one? Second balls are going to be key. They're key in any game.
And we got it. Oh!
Did not. Kevin De Bruyne now somehow on the ball with his head up once again.
But good reaction by
Christian.
Christian.
Oh my, no, how does that squeak through? Matt Turner does well to gobble that up. Hey, but I love the build up there.
Solid save. No rebound, keep it inbound so it's not a corner.
But that build out from a goal kick was excellent. Excellent. The timing, the movement.
We've seen that now over a couple of games.
Yeah. It took us about 8 minutes to make that look as clean as it did, but I'll take it. I'm actually going to steal that one from our teams. I love Charlie Davies too. It's amazing. That's why I showed up, because I love Charlie Davies.
I think that's one of his renters.
Oh yeah,
one of his buildings. Yeah.
He gets a little bit off.
He rents his New York apartment right there.
If he shows up and says nice
free rent for him.
1 month free rent. I love that. Can we play in their half?
Oh yeah, it's a tough ball for Balogun to handle.
He'll get a far side. Good ball by Tillman. Tillman is spraying it all over today.
Here we go. Weah, 1v1. Let's go.
Oh! Ooh. Oof.
Who's there?
That was Weah. How about Tillman? It's 3 or 4 balls just changing direction, right?
Weston's found himself in good spots,
yes.
Not surprisingly. Obviously, probably had the best chance so far in the game.
Probably, without a doubt.
All right. Fine, without a doubt. I agree. I love those split passes. That's a foul, sir.
Oh, look at Tillman just gliding.
Go on, Christian. Go on, Christian. How can we tee up the next guy? Good. A little bit too soon. We just come from that area. She tried to look maybe somewhere
else.
else.
Can you win it again?
Can we win it? Yes, we can.
Oh.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. But a
good pressure again, right? Yeah.
Good reaction after a misplaced pass. And now,
what I love about that from Balogun, he didn't take a lot of time. It was touch shot.
Yeah.
And put it on target. Little unlucky
the
there.
confidence of Tillman just to ping that ball into him first time, right?
And it was a difficult ball. He had soft feet to bring it down.
all right, Belgium now again in our half, we're allowing this to happen, so you can always still be in control if you don't have control over the ball. Shifting us around, kind of curious about our shifting defense from side to side, and then obviously how that pertains to our depth.
Got to defend here.
We got to be compact. Right now, I feel like we're a little loose. Doku in the middle here.
Bad decision by Doku, huh? Can you hold it now?
But he found himself in a good spot. Doku can go both ways. He can go to his left, he can go to his right, and blow past you. So what we're seeing from Belgium right now, I wish we were doing a little bit more to them, right? We had an opportunity. Jedi decided to kind of force that one, right? He could have kept it and recycled it around. Ends up leading to the Balogun quick shot, but still a bit risky. Good defending there.
That Christian? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he's done a good job of getting back and defending.
3 or 4 times, right? Tell you what, I like what I see so far, though, right? The opportunities, they've been decisive in what they want to do. It's just that last moment's not been perfect.
Yeah. Some of our build-out could be a little cleaner. Well, let's see how it looks here after our very successful last build-out from a goal kick situation. All right, here we go.
Turner hasn't looked shaky at all either, Tones.
No, he's looked confident, yeah.
If that connects, I love that ball, but it's risky otherwise.
Got to get there, right?
Yeah. That's a ball that can high risk, high reward. And when we lose it, then we're back underneath it again with not really any opportunity to go jump and press. And now we got to shift and defend again. Where do we want to trap? And how do we want to trap? Which area of the field? Which player? These are the little things that I'm looking at as this game progresses. Okay, they play backwards. How much space can we take? How much can we push up our lines? Make the field compact.
Now you got to go. Now you got to
go. We're a little bit late here, which allows Meunier to pick up his head. Thankfully, he goes backwards. But those are the little details, Tones, right?
Yeah, when you press, right, you got to have confidence. Everybody behind you is pressing up the field, right? Now, in this case, Meunier took a touch back, right, so they go back to the goalkeeper, but they keep possession here now in the middle third of the field.
I really like McKenzie and Reams understanding together, not diving in or following a player who's checking inside. CDKs has come in a couple of times, and they've been on the same page.
What's crazy to me is how high Raskin is. I mean, he lined up as the 6 ultimately.
Looks
but
like
it's
he's
allowing,
stepping in, right?
He is. When Kevin De Bruyne drops, he steps high just to make sure.
Well, look how far Salamakers was there. Central, high, trying to find that mismatch.
Look how high Onana is at this point. Sitting on one of the 6s.
Yeah, they look a little man. West is finding some space. He's right by the referee now, finding some space in the midfield.
Yeah. Can we play out of that? Great touch there from Wes. Can we play out of it one more time?
This
Go
is
on.
Good.
Okay, here we go.
From the boys. Come on. Yes. Good defending. We'll give credit where credit's due. That's great defending. But I did like the ideas that we were seeing from the U.S.
You talk about a confident player. Weston McKennie right now. 3 or 4 touches in this one sequence. Unbelievable. What a year he's had at Juventus. He looks sharp, right?
I think he was anticipating the defender sliding, which is why he took that touch.
He tried to stutter step him a little bit.
All right, we're going back to the fan cam. What do we got here?
Oh, Kirk.
What's up,
all right, Kirk?
How are you feeling? So far, so good?
So far, so good.
Okay.
Keep pressing.
All right, what's your question for us? What do you got?
What will be the final roster? Who will be the surprise player? And which one will be your surprise player?
Okay. Kirk's putting us on the
What
spot.
is it?
Appreciate that, Kirk.
No problem, guys.
Who's your surprise player that you think is going to make the final World Cup roster?
Yeah, Charlie wants to go first.
He does. I think that Charlie did say he wanted to go
first. I got
first.
to think a little bit.
I don't know how much of a surprise it will be to anyone that really knows the group that well, but I think Sebastian Berhalter is going to the World Cup. And not only that, I think he'll be one of those players that will be used to come off the bench and have an impact potentially in this World Cup. So I think that's the player who I've really seen grow under Pochettino and grow as a professional. Just his intensity, his passion, his commitment, and his quality. I think we saw that in the Uruguay game with his delivery, set-piece delivery. I think he's going to play a role in the World Cup.
Yeah, I'll piggyback off of that, and I'll say Patrick Agyemang. I actually think that he's going to fit the profile for Pochettino. In terms of who can we have at the end of a game if we're trying to chase a game to get us back into it, it's going to be on the end of those hopeful crosses. I just think Ajiman is going to be one that fits that maybe a little bit different than Haji Wright. There could be a world where we take all 4 of those guys, and I hope it happens because they all deserve to be there. But I just feel like Ajiman might have the edge over Haji in particular. So that might be a surprise for some, maybe not for others, but that would be kind of where I would lean.
I think I'm going to go with Christian Roldan.
Okay.
Coming late into the cycle, playing really well. To Charlie's point, I think Sebastian for sure, which clogs the midfield a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to go Roldan.
Oh, no.
No.
We got offside.
Handball.
No!
A handball, it looks like, right?
Unlucky, you cheaters. Look at Belgium are cheating. I guess there's a handball that's called here. Let's kind of see how it breaks down.
Who's defending Doku there?
Hits off at CDK.
Who's that defending Doku?
I think that's Johnny.
Yeah.
All right, so we have a poll running on our Golazo America YouTube channel. If you haven't, hit like and subscribe and turn on your notifications. And what are you doing with your life? And if you have, we really appreciate you. But the poll is this: which U.S. players had the best first half? There's 3 options: Tillman, Jedi, Johnny Cardoso.
I'm going Tillman.
Johnny Cardoso's on the list?
I'm just reading what was sent. But I would say Malik Tillman. What would you say, Tillman?
I said Tillman.
Yeah, I go with Tillman as well. Tillman, Jedi, Cardoso. Weston's put himself in good positions too. Weston's helped us out in the build-out.
Yeah.
And he got himself that great opportunity at the back post on a set piece. Who do you got, Chuck?
You going to answer the question?
Yeah, I'll go with Tillman of those 3.
So we got Tillman across the board here. Tillman, Jedi, and Johnny Cardoso. All right, I got about, 7, 8, 9 minutes in this one. Did they stop the clock for the water breaks? They don't stop it, right? It just keeps running?
No.
Okay, so you're going to add at least 2 or 3 to every half.
Oh! What a ball! What a ball!
That post cheddar! You absolutely love to see it. Let's go! USA! 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 USA!
So who's been playing the first half so far?
Oh, Weston.
All right, look at Weston.
Yeah, I love this set piece play too, because they look at everybody at the near post, and Weston comes sliding in to make it happen. You absolutely love to see it. After he missed that chance earlier in the game, you love that he got another opportunity. Weston always steps up and makes big plays and big moments. He's just got that knack. We've talked about him before, and you love to see it. But I love when we watch the replay again.
Pochettino was like cold as ice.
But that set piece where they drew everybody to the near post created a huge pocket for Weston to run into.
And West just has this ability to find space in the box, right? Good. Now put the pressure on again.
Here we go. See if you can find another one. Tim Ream in a really good spot. Balogun. Here we go. Oh, get it across. Oh!
We're feeling it. We're feeling it.
You absolutely love to see it. Come on, boys. Good opportunity here for Belgium. Doku gets himself in a good spot, gets around Tim Weah. Good reactive defending here from the U.S., good positioning. Unfortunate for Belgium not to find the back of the net. They're asking some questions for sure. They've got a corner, they play it short. These are the moments where you have to manage. The first 5 and last 5 minutes of any half, Big Tones.
Yeah, and after you score a goal right away, you don't want to let them back in.
Yeah, you want to maximize your momentum, Chuck. Oh, no. Oh, man. De Bruyne, we get a whole bunch of different blocks.
We got lucky here.
He was completely off
We got
there.
lucky here. Yeah. I think this is deflected, no?
I think it deflected off his own teammate.
Oh, did it?
Here's the goal again that they're showing, but you can see all the bodies at the near post. And obviously, I don't want to take anything away from the service. That was fantastic service, because you can have the best set pieces designed, but if you can't get the ball in the right areas, it doesn't matter. So a good ball there from Jedi Robinson. It looks like maybe Christian's not on set pieces at the moment. He took the first one when we played short, but nothing too long. It's Tillman and Jedi after that. All right, so Weston scoring an important goal here for us. Just as a reminder for everybody, I said the U.S. was going to score first, plus 105, and that happened. So 1 out of 3 right now.
Well done.
$5 to Jimmy.
That's right. I'm $5 richer, everybody.
I'm learning, Jimmy. This whole betting thing.
We love it. All right. Can we manage the rest of this half? It'd be great if we could find another goal, but not necessarily mandatory unless it presents itself, of course. But just playing on the front foot, keeping them pinned in, making them answer questions. Oh! Weston again finding himself in a good spot. Back
Here,
post.
just win it back again. Perfect.
Good. Play it to him. Keep it moving. What are they calling a foul?
They called a foul here.
There's no foul.
He let Belgium off the hook.
Come on. He must have taken one in the chin. He doesn't seem like he's a guy that goes down easy. Oh, he took one off the face. So there's no foul. Technically, it should be a drop ball on our ball.
Took the ball to the chin.
Oh, you love to see it. You love to see it. Right, a couple minutes left here in the first half. Obviously, ending on a high note with that goal by Weston McKennie. See how we manage the game from here. We've already given up a couple good opportunities since our goal. We're going to nullify that as much as possible. Good takeaways for the coaching staff and the team to reflect upon at some point over the next couple days. But for now, see if we can find another goal in this one. My hope is that Belgium comes out with their away jerseys for the second half.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
I was just thinking, I don't want to see many changes, at least for another like 10, 15 minutes, right? And we want to see this group run a little bit, right?
I agree. And as we discussed before the game, both Belgium and the U.S. have agreed to up to 11 subs for this one. So we could see a lot of changes happening. But to your point, Big Tones, I don't want it to disrupt the flow and rapport and chemistry that we're building with this group of players.
How many touches do you think Cardoso has in this first half?
Who?
5.
Cardoso.
5 or 10? In between 5 and 10.
Around 10.
It says 17.
17?
And I'm shocked by that.
That's the third fewest on the team. How about Balogun? How many does Balogun have? Oh,
9.
Saved by Matt Turner.
9.
9. Oh, no.
Is that Meunier? What a shot. Oh,
was that De Bruyne or Meunier? Nope. Neither win. Neither one of those guys.
It was the Bost, right?
So, De Bast. He plays at Sporting Clube de Portugal.
Yeah. This is a hammer, but does he?
I feel like we've been inviting this type of
this
goal.
This is a fairly easy save here from Matt. That's good distance. Is there bodies in front of him?
No, you got to make that save. You got to make that
Comes
save.
through 2 sets of legs, no? Oh man.
You got to make that save. From that distance,
you gotta.
I feel like
you can
Big
read
Tones,
the whole way.
You got to tell us.
Yeah, you got to block this.
He's got to get his hand on that, no?
Yeah, and
oh wait, go. You got to get the blocks.
You can't get this block either.
No, I agree. You got to get pressure on the ball. Then the next line needs to make sure their bodies are big. You're blocking anything that's going to potentially find a corner, and then obviously the last domino is Matt Turner making a save. I think what's interesting is game management. We talk about it. You can't give up a goal in the first or last 5 minutes of any half,
so,
and especially after a goal itself. And this is like a cardinal sin when you play.
Yeah, and remember, you have the De Bruyne shot right from the top of the box. Then you have the Doku one that is actually the save right? That if you're Doku, right, you want to bury that to the far post, so you bail them out.
What a ball, what a touch. Keep going, keep going. All right. So I just feel like because we've been dropping so deep, we've invited a lot of these opportunities. And Davies wasn't on my bingo card for be the one that hit it. But oh, what a ball that would have been, by the way. Yay, yay, yay. Well, Belgium just killed all the air in this one.
And
I like to enjoy myself when I'm at the Football Factory Legends here at the American Outlaws New York City. And Belgium's trying to ruin my fun. Good tackle, Jedi. Come on. They must not like my cheaters comment that I said earlier. All right, here we go. So we got to get to halftime. We can kind of reassess what we want to do. Listen, goals change games. It doesn't take away from a lot of the good stuff that we did, Chuck, or Tones.
Yeah, but you still want to see a little bit more patience, right, with the ball, being able to, you know, since the goal, Belgium's put their foot on the pedal here a little bit.
Yeah, they picked up the tempo, right?
Yeah.
We use the word tempo and rhythm a lot. Chuck, how are you feeling? You look a little distraught.
I just think of that goal.
No way.
It was so preventable.
Right now, these are moments where if we look like we're scrambling, that means our team shapes off, right?
Yeah.
We're not compact enough, and it looks like we're scrambling right now.
and
And we need to be a wall with 5 minutes left to go, or we need to be a wall when we have a lead, and we need to see it out till the end of the game or to halftime.
And they've been able to get Doku in the positions they want, right?
Yeah.
1v1. The more one, you're going to lose some, Jimmy, right?
Right.
Doesn't matter how good you defend. You give Doku opportunities, you're going to lose one or two.
And also, when we talk about Doku picking up the ball, the other side of that is how do we stifle the service into Doku? Are we getting someone close enough to him so that he can't just pick it up
right.
and 10, 20 yards higher than we would prefer?
Oh, boy, look at this.
Not again. Oh, my God, what a save.
What a ball.
Hey, we're under it right now. We are absolutely under it. Yeah, halftime whistle could be nice.
Wow, that's some ball that De Bruyne played.
He's got a good look at it, puts himself in a good spot. They call a handball again?
You can't punch down the middle.
Yeah, if you're going to punch, it's
got to
go
punch it wide.
Yeah, you got to punch it wide.
Halftime now. 1-1. We got ourselves a game. Weston McKinney with the goal. Davies levels it right before halftime. We're going to take a quick break. I think we need. I need a moment just to collect myself. So we are going to stop down for now. When we come back, we'll get into our halftime show. We'll talk to some fans like we're doing. We'll just enjoy ourselves here at the Football Factory. So don't go anywhere. Keep it right here.
kid that shouldn't have made it.
Texas kid on the field.
Kind of one of those things I wasn't going to be denied.
Had Clint been any different, we wouldn't be here talking about him, talking about the legend that he is, because he would have failed. He had to be himself.
What's he saying?
You don't know where I'm from, dog. I'm from the oldest town in Texas, Nacogdoches.
My mentality is make those play you. Make them play you.
Oh, wow, what a documentary. I can't wait for that. Learn a little bit more about our pal, Clint Dempsey. You don't know where I'm from, dog. That is going to be coming soon here on Paramount Plus, so I'm really excited about that. I actually got a little bit of a teaser from the episodes that I thought I would be in, and I got to see me hanging out. It was fun. It was fun. Anyway, welcome back in. The Football Factory at Legends here in Midtown Manhattan with the American Outlaws, New York City. Let's go! Loving their energy right now, keeping our spirits up. Even though we dropped a 1-0 lead in the first half, it's 1-1 at halftime. I'm Jimmy Conrad alongside Tony Meola and Charlie Davies. And this is a very special Call It What You Want episode. A little watch along here, live in person. All three of us in the same place. I'm excited. Now we're taking a look at the match stats here. What do you think, Chuck? So possession, 60-40, basically in favor of Belgium. They've gotten more shots, more same on target, maybe one more corner, but it felt like, especially towards the end of the half, they were threatening and asking a lot of questions of our back line.
I'm pleased with the first half. You know, the numbers, possession numbers, they can always be skewed.
Yeah, right.
And you can read through the lines. Again, is it threatening possession? Are we exposed? Are they moving us? They weren't. And remember Weston McKennie's golden chance that Layman's makes a fantastic save on. So ultimately, I liked some of the areas that we were getting into. I liked how we were able to break them down. We were finding Tillman in the pocket. We were finding Weston in the pocket. You know, Balogun started to get much more involved. So there were a lot of positives. Even though it was 1-1, think about all the positives that we saw in that first half. So again, now how do they build off of that first half? How do they come out in the start of the second half? The reactions. I think the reactions were a little bit poor after we scored the goal. I think we dropped a little bit and Belgium upped the tempo. So dealing with some of those scenarios a little bit better.
Okay, so let's focus on the positives. We're getting a lot of comments from everybody in the chat right now saying, pretty even half. They had some looks, we had some looks, it finished 1-1. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, we talk about the first 5 or 6 minutes were choppy, right? A little bit more on Belgium's side. Then the U.S. started to find some space in the midfield. They looked a little bit more effective. But the only concerning part would be after the goal, to me, right? Where you talked about it. You can't, I mean, we mentioned it, a couple of opportunities. De Bruyne, then obviously the goal. Doku had the chance that led to the goal. So those moments, how do you sort of put your foot on the pedal, even if you just want to kill off the half? You don't have to go 2-0. What you want to avoid is 1-1 like we did, right? So I would think that that's part of what Pochettino is going to get after them in this group and how do we want to manage that part?
I want to go back to the goal. Break down Matt Turner's positioning. Also, we saw him give up a few rebounds in the middle of the box. Essentially, as a keeper, should that be saved? Should he have, at the very minimum, got a hand on it?
You saw in the play, they showed the replay from behind the goal. There was a stutter, right, when it went through Tim Ream's legs. And I think it's, you get in that moment like, is he going to deflect the ball? Right, I always want the defenders to be active, right? Active, get your feet ready and go. And then he stutters for one. Well, next time you watch it from behind, he stops, and now all of a sudden you got to go again. In the end, you're expecting your goalkeeper to make this play. It's not one where it was a bad shot. The guy hit it in the corner, hit it with pace. But if you get a better read on it, I think you make the play.
I think what's interesting is we can talk about that play in particular, but we invited a lot of that, Chuck. Right, they were in and around our box a lot. They were getting chances. We were getting blocks, heroic defending, whatever we needed to do. Matt was making a save, and so it felt like, on the balance, they probably earned a goal just based on the area that they were in this whole time. And I just wonder how you solve that. For me, you just got to get us a little bit higher up the field. When Doku picks up the ball, it can't be at the corner of our box. It's got to be 10, 15 yards higher. You want to solve the problems there because then you have to be perfect going from there. But before we get to our next break, we're going to take a quick one here. I want to hear from Tony Meola's future replacement, Amelia.
I got my expert here.
Yes.
Amelia, we need to know what the U.S. needs to do better in this second half.
I think they need to be sharper with the ball.
a little bit sharper with the ball.
She's not wrong.
How about
No,
that?
she's not wrong.
All right, we're 1-1 right now. We still feeling good about our 2-1 prediction?
Yes.
All right.
there you
It's
go.
all set up for a 2-1
Well
prediction.
done.
Amelia, everybody. All right,
done.
we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, more of the good stuff from Football Factory at Legends here in Midtown Manhattan. Don't go anywhere. Keep it right here. All right, everybody, welcome back to a very special edition / watch along. I call it what you want here at the Football Factory. Legends, Midtown Manhattan, New York City. We're here at the American Outlaws. Let's hear it, American Outlaws. I'm Jimmy Conrad alongside Tony Meola and Charlie Davies. All right, so we talked a little bit about halftime and reflected upon what happened in the first half. Let's talk about what we want to see in the second half, Charlie Davies. What do you want to see coming out of this halftime? And I'm hopeful, actually, that we don't make any subs, because I want this group to have to solve some problems for the first 15 minutes at least.
Yeah, well, I think first and foremost, what we were able to do towards the middle of that first half is find players in the pocket, turn, and then run. So I think if we can continue to get Anthony Robinson involved, because it seems like that's a weak spot for them. Munier doesn't have the pace to deal with Anthony Robinson. And then can we get Timothy Weah a little bit more involved, because it felt like he was really focused on defending Doku, which is understandable. But if we can get more flexibility in the way that we're playing right and left to create some more space underneath, I think we could profit off of that. Oh, Roldan.
Tones, what do you see? So Christian Roldan's coming in. We don't know for who yet.
You wonder if it's for Johnny, right, in that first half.
Only 17 touches in the first half.
Yeah.
Probably not good for a central midfielder.
Underwhelming.
I think, and I'll throw this to Charlie, I think if I'm looking at that first half, I want to get Balogun a few more touches. Like, if you're Balogun right now, how frustrated are you, right, in this? Or are you in one of those roles where today it's just to make runs to get everybody else open?
Yeah. You want to build a rhythm, and you want to keep going. And if I played only 45 minutes, for me, and if Pochettino and Balogun know you're going to be on the pitch, you're going to be the guy, then let him get a run out. Let him get a proper run out. Run it to 60, 65, and then make that substitution.
I know we live in an era where sometimes the goalkeepers have more touches than, or your center backs have more touches than but he's got 10 touches in the game. Not a lot of effective touches.
No.
You know, that one little nice turn in the box. But like, how many touches do you need in this game if you're him?
I'd say 22, 25 right from now.
So he's got to double it right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what we do here with Florian Balogun, and we see Christian Roldan getting ready to come on. Still trying to figure out who he's coming on for. We'll get that shortly. But let's reflect on my bets. I got in U.S. to score first, nailed that one, plus 105. Balogun to score anytime, so yes, I need him to get double the touches, so that's a possibility. That's at plus 170 and still alive. And the U.S. to win or draw and over 1.5 goals. That's alive right now, and if the game settled at 1-1, I would hit that. And yeah, I'm like Nostradamus over here. Absolutely crushing it. Second half is about to begin. We've had all 2-1. Amelia came in and gave you the 2-1 shout as well, Big Tones. It's still on the cards.
We're sticking with it. We're good with it right now.
If we play similarly to what it looked like in the first half, Belgium just asked way too many questions. I just thought they were in and around our defensive third way too much for us to hold them off for another 45 minutes. That's just how I'm feeling. I'm hopeful that we can address something at this point. And for me, what I wanted to see addressed was the back line being a little bit higher, not just sitting on top of our 18, because that's where it feels comfortable. We have to get a little bit higher and solve problems higher up the field.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Like we don't want to get pinned back like that. That's not ideal for us. What it does do is condense the space a little bit, right? Doesn't give Doku so much room to run. But I'm going to steal your point from the first half, right? How can we deny service into Doku, right? So he doesn't get in those spots.
Right. That's easier said than done, and it looks like Roldan is going to be coming in for Johnny Cardoso because I saw Tanner Tessman in with the group. We'll see how Roldan does with his big opportunity, Chuck.
Yeah, it's a big moment for him because Johnny Cardoso was quiet and ineffective largely, especially in possession. Now, if Roldan can come in and make an impact and be seen, again, if you're coming into this game at half, you know this is my chance to make a difference, to go up above a Johnny Cardoso. So he's going to be flying around. He's going to try and be active, and he's going to stick to his game. He's a veteran. He knows, okay, this is how I'm going to have success if the team has success if I do X, Y, Z right.
This is a big moment for Roldan right now.
Yeah, big opportunity to help settle the team and I think kind of solve some of the problems that we're talking about. A good question here from Jordan in the chat says, we're missing Chris Richards. How much do you think we've missed Chris Richards tonight? Because he could be someone that's helping us kind of organize as well.
We think he would have been the partner with Tim Ream if we played with four in the back, right? But I think Mark McKenzie.
Yeah, Mark McKenzie did
really
been
well.
solid.
Yeah.
But if you would have had a third center back,
well, that's a different story, right? Yeah.
If we had plugged in, you had McKenzie and Richards and Ream. I wonder what that looks like. But only one sub for us right now. Christian Roldan comes in for Johnny Cardoso, and we're already throwing in early crosses. Got the vibes going here for American Outlaws. All right, a good opportunity here to keep them pinned in. Definitely want to see Tim Weah and Doku. Can we limit Doku's influence? He's just going to be one of many players over the next friendlies and also in the World Cup itself. We have to just try to minimize their impact on the game. Good win. Header there. What's the next one?
Okay.
Foul.
Play on.
Okay.
He got absolutely crushed.
Roldan's first touch. Anytime you come on, you want to be as simple as possible to start the game. Make sure you can find the rhythm and tempo of it. How do you think that the relationship between Weah and McKennie's been? It's been solid. I like the rotations from them so far. Oh, Tessman came in for the big knock. He saw Tillman get hit. Now we're scrambling, but do a nice job of recovering.
McKenzie had that covered the whole way.
He had it covered. We almost got caught in between a little bit.
Who was that laid that tackle in?
Tessman.
After Tillman got laid out, Tessman came in and laid him out.
Oh no, that's the Milan guy. We need healthy Milan players. That's Salamakers.
Yeah, but we know he's a little bit light on his feet.
Yeah, he's going to get up and bounce back from man. Tessman comes in. Nice and a little.
He knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Hey, 1 for 1 there.
Embellishment.com.
Did you say .com?
.com. Yeah.
All right, we got a poll going right now on the Glosso America YouTube channel.
See how many people have ever heard of embellishment.com.
Do we like the return of the back four? Or would you have preferred to see?
A lot of it's
kind of building on what we did against Paraguay and
Uruguay. A lot of
Uruguay.
it's predicated on getting the wing backs forward. So Anthony Robinson has gotten forward. It hasn't allowed Weah, but we thought he wouldn't be forward nearly as much. We're liking the back heel today, huh?
Yeah, so this is a little bit of the concern when Weah does go forward, specifically against this opponent.
Doku. Let's see this matchup. Look at Roldan.
Yeah, look at Roldan.
Look at Roldan. He's
Stick
like
it with
pit
it.
bull.
Hey, I like it.
Well
step
done.
for step, gave up a corner, but made it difficult for him. Roldan going in there and covering. Once Weah steps up,
When
it's
he
gotta be one of the
runs,
jumps.
he runs with everything he has.
Roldan?
He doesn't leave anything. He
got
gives
one speed.
100%.
Walk and run.
Yeah, that's it.
0-100.
You know, anytime you got De Bruyne taking corner kicks or free kicks, it's always going to be a dangerous moment.
Yeah, I think they're playing short here too, so we got to be alert. Maybe not. He went with the 2 arms up, whipping it into the back post.
So Matt's got to pick that one off. A lot of air under that one.
No problem from Matt Turner. Can we punish them with something quick? I like the bypass. Doesn't allow the press to get set too much. Jedi with a great first touch. I love the continued movement. It's going to force some questions of Belgium. They've rotated okay. Now it allows us to get up the field. Dictate some tempo.
See, this is where, if you're talking about Chris Richards, where he's missed, that's where he's developed so much, is playing out of the center back position, playing forward and playing between the lines.
Yeah.
He's gotten so much better with his distribution. Okay, Tim.
Yeah, good team. So we got a numerical advantage here out wide. 3v2. All right. Good. De Bruyne trying to bring it down.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend doing it there.
I know you're Kevin De Bruyne,
De
but
Bruyne, where do you think so?
Come on, who does he think he is, Kevin De Bruyne? I love the bypass. I love the double split there. That's hopeful. We want to get away from hopeful passes, especially in our attacking half. Yeah, Weston. Yes, Weston. Yes, Weston. Good composure there from Weston McKinney. Good pressure from the guys. Got to be patient there.
It's that little ball into Balogun, right? Those are the ones that, if you're a forward, you want connected. You're doing a lot of work to get there, and then they play the ball a yard ahead of you.
DeBoss read that perfectly, though.
Yeah, no question. But if he plays at the feet, he's got a chance to hold it up.
All right, game slowing down a little bit here. See if we can. I would think we should got to keep up the tempo. Don't allow Belgium to establish any type of rhythm. Can we manage this? Winning second balls, so important. Maintaining possession in that. Good tackle. Hey, that's a foul, ref. We'll take it.
Okay, Roldan.
All right.
Making plays.
And just think about how late he came into this cycle, right? What is he, about 6 games into the cycle now? Like this second time around and playing as a central midfielder and
A little
growing
bit similar
on
to Tim Ream in the previous
and
cycle, coming in late.
Yeah.
All right, based on the subs we have available, and this goes for everybody watching on Glosso America YouTube channel, we appreciate you. Hit us up in the chat. Who's the next sub that you'd like to see for the U.S.?
So here, we'll wait for Weah here.
Oh! Go on, Christian.
Oh, he did 99% of the work. Oh my gosh, he just sliced and diced everybody.
He had that magic.
Oh man.
Christian Pulisic at his very best.
Oh man.
He did so much great work
Look at
here.
this. Whoop.
1, 2,
Whoop.
3.
Oh.
Off the shoulder.
Oh.
It's on his left foot.
If
But
that's
he's still
on his
got the
right peg,
quality.
it's a golazo.
Man, the drop of the shoulder. And here comes Belgium.
1v1
Here comes Doku.
Good.
Feel like a broken record over here. Belgium and Doku with the layoff. No. Come on, listen. We create an unbelievable opportunity, and less than 30 seconds later, we give up a goal.
30
seconds later, we give up a goal.
Man. And this is Doku making a play
Yeah,
at the line, and you got to break.
They were
up the
showing a
play.
replay, so we couldn't really see how it
defended
broke.
well.
Here it is.
We defended that well. Right here, Markenzi's one-on-one with Doku.
He got help with Roldan.
He defends it well. He gets there. That block.
We got to win
That's
that one.
not cleared out.
We got to win this one. We got to get big. Who is that says that? Tillman? Tillman's got to be bigger here. I know that might be a big ask at this point, but he's got to. It goes between his legs.
Gets deflected too. Gets deflected. No. Yeah.
No touch.
Through his legs.
Listen. For every goal that's scored, for me, there's 5 or 6 actions that happen before the goal, and I'd love to kind of bring it back to that. I know there was a little bit of a Tim Ream went up for a header, and there was and it led to kind of it breaking down.
We didn't see like what led
I want
to
to
De
see
Bruyne
more of that.
getting to the ball.
Well, they were showing a replay
right
during the build-up. Christian's replay, deservedly, because Christian did an excellent job of getting himself in a good
Back
spot.
to your managing the game.
Managing
right?
the game.
We want Gio!
We got Gio Reyna shouts back here.
We want Gio!
So let's get back to the question then. Who do we want to see come in now? We're down 2-1.
I'm going to throw this at you, and not because Balogun's done anything wrong, but Ricardo Pepi just to change something, because for whatever reason we haven't been able to find the 9.
Okay.
Right? We haven't been able to find anything with the 9. So does he give you something different?
Yeah, I want to see our reaction now.
Wow.
Because we've had a couple letdowns after goals or good opportunities. Can that turn into something positive now when we got nothing to lose? Is offside there? He's going to call offside. But it's better. At least we're coming back with a nice positive reaction.
Man,
Can we build off of that?
Feeling it, huh? Right now. This is a sharp Christian Pulisic right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's off. He's off. All right.
Wow.
So I'm curious as to when these substitutions are going to happen, who we're going to see, because they're going to come on with a different set of issues that they have to solve. Before it was 1-1, now it's 2-1. We're down a goal. And I guess this is going to be a nice little litmus test for Pochettino and his coaching staff as to
go on.
Who do we bring on when we're down a goal in a game? I mean, this is an important question. At some point in the World Cup, we're going to be down a goal. I hope I'm wrong. I hope we're never down a goal, but it probably likely we will be. Who do we bring on to help?
So
get a grip of the game?
You've created 2 or 3 really good chances right now.
Yeah,
right?
after we gave up the second goal.
Right. Do you let it ride a little bit? Because for me, at this point, unless you need to see someone, right? Are you changing the formation?
Right.
At 55, I don't think so. So I guess my question is, do you let it ride if you think you get some chances?
All right. So we got to stop letting Doku have the ball. Oh, what a save! Listen.
Oh, what the heck happened there?
What a double save by Matt Turner. But the fact that Doku can continually and consistently.
What is going on right now?
Get the ball and run in our back line is part of the issue. That's all.
What's the referee looking at here? What are we doing here?
Okay, wait. So this is just
Look
a
at
big
this ball.
switch.
Oh, Lord, what a ball.
A great ball from Meunier, which allows Doku, he gets himself in this spot a lot.
Where's the help? Tessman needs to get there quicker on a give and go.
Great save.
Good save here.
Fantastic
What's
save.
going on here?
Oh, that was a handball on Tim Ream, potentially.
Is that what they're looking at right now?
That's what they're looking at.
Yeah, look. Hams. Yeah.
Oh,
that's a pen.
No.
Well, it hits his leg first. If it hits his leg and then hits his hand.
Did it hit his leg?
Didn't hit his
leg.
It hit his thigh.
Hey, I'm just trying to do my best here to stay positive.
By the way, that becomes a really good save after the deflection then. Wow. Whole different ball game. Nope.
I thought it hit his leg.
Jimmy, whoa, look at this. Is a good reaction by.
Great. This is Matt Turner. Hey, this is Matt Turner at his best.
Yeah,
that's sharp right there.
That's phenomenal.
His shot stopping's unreal.
Here we go.
We got VAR. Boo. All right, we got a fan question. You picked a great time to come ask us a question because we're angry right now. I'm just kidding.
No worries.
What do you got for us?
Yeah, so I'm Andrew from American Outlaws NYC.
What's up, Andrew? We appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you guys. So my question is, at this stoppage here, guys getting water, what change should Mauricio Pochettino make right now that can get us another goal to tie up the game and hopefully 2 more goals?
Great question, Andrew. And again, we appreciate your support. Let's give it up for Andrew, everybody. Thank you. All right, what changes do you want to see, Chuck?
You know what?
Not necessarily players, but tactics.
Yeah, but.
Well, maybe both.
I might bring on Gio Reyna, like everyone's been. You need to create.
You gotta see him.
You
need
to
somebody
create.
who's going to help you find a goal.
Yeah, and I might move Weston McKennie back and take Tessman off.
Yeah, you could do
So
that. You keep
at this point, you're trying to keep your best players on the pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd go with those two for sure.
Pretty sure he's going to call a penalty here.
Penn.
I think what's crazy is how fast the game can change. Because at 1-0, we were flying. We scored 1-0.
To be fair, Doku
halftime.
should have finished that opportunity.
He should have. He should have.
And that's been his issue. Is why he hasn't vaulted himself into world class because of the final third.
Yeah.
The production.
Two really good plays by Matt Turner right here. Yeah. Let's see if he can pull one off here.
All right, we're going to see. Wow, CDK's taking the pen. I thought for sure we'd see Kevin De Bruyne.
He takes him for Atalanta as well. I think he's their penalty kick taker.
All right.
If Turner makes this is
Matt
massive.
Turner says this is on the World Cup team. Oh, he's definitely on the World Cup team anyway. Maybe he would start.
De Ketelaere hasn't touched the ball all game.
No, well, he just did.
Incredible,
he's
right?
got a
The
goal.
game is so weird. This is a strange game.
At the 39th minute of this game, we were up 1-0.
Yeah, you talked
and
about
now we're at the 59th
managing.
minute, and we're down 3-1. Yeah, this game is cruel. Well, what a save from Matt Turner. We didn't have to take, obviously, moments from this game overall. But, yeah, the chat not happy, just like us three.
Hey, Jim, I'm going to go to my expert, see if we make a change.
Okay,
right,
let's bring on Amelia. No, it's your future, your replacement.
We got to make a change. We're down 3-1 now. What's your first change you make?
Gio Reyna.
All right. Yeah! Bringing on Gio Reyna. Yeah.
She should run for office. She's definitely playing to the crowd. You got a future in politics. You love to see it.
Yeah, go to politics, Amelia.
No,
this
no.
announcing thing is not
man.
working out for you too well.
All right, we got to figure out how to slow down Belgium in transition. And to the question that we heard before from Anthony, it's what are we saying at the water break? How are we trying to kind of stem the flow that Belgium's found themselves into? Because when you give a good team this type
there's
of
a number.
We're going to
Look,
get a couple
we got 4
changes now.
We got 4 changes. Looks like Sebastian Berhalter is coming in.
That would be Tessman, right? That'd be the obvious one. It looks like Freeman, maybe? Maybe for Weah?
Freeman, number 18, is coming in.
Yep.
That's Arston.
Oh, that's Arfston.
Here we go. We'll see what these changes do. It's interesting when you make this many changes. Does disrupt the flow, and I'm kind of curious as to, well, at this point, we could use a disruption of the flow. Are we making the changes now? I'm very interested as to who's coming off. Looks like Belgium's making some changes too. We got some youngsters for Belgium getting their opportunities. Yeah, Joaquin Seis is coming in, 21 years old, left back. Let's a good look at him.
There's Openda.
Openda's coming in.
Well, I think a guy like him needs this, right?
Yeah, De Winter came in. So they're making some changes as well. Listen, all these players are looking to make their respective World Cup rosters. So there's not going to be any shortage of intensity. Looks like Kevin De Bruyne came out, though. Luca Bacchio's coming in, plays at Benfica.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of his game. No changes from us just yet. That'll happen shortly, but we did see a couple players getting ready to go. So you come in as a sub here, Chuck. Let's extrapolate this opportunity for these guys. If you're coming in and you're what are you thinking at this point? We're down 2 goals. You're obviously getting information from the coaching staff. Harder to impress, I think, in moments like this at times, when it's kind of a scrappy, choppy, friendly that we don't have control over. What are you thinking if you're coming on the field right now?
Just make a difference. You're a substitute, so it looks like they're going to probably take off both outside backs for the U.S. And then so you just got to get forward more, provide service, create some chances, and then defend. Anticipate when those balls are going long, and then for Doku, knowing where to force them, working well with your partner, which would be Mark McKenzie in this battle. Anthony Robinson's coming out first. Max Arfson's coming
Looks
off.
like the 2 wing backs, right, are probably going to come off here. Or does he move?
Berhalter and Arfson coming in for Jedi and Weah. You could have Weston play that. Freeman's coming in. Actually, Freeman's going to be playing that spot. He'll be in the Weah spot at the right back. Berhalter. You got Arfson in for Jedi. And then Tessman's coming out. Berhalter will slot in for Tessman.
And what would you think so far of their performances tonight?
Of the 3 that went out?
Yep. Let's start with Tessman.
Tessman, a little quiet, I thought. Didn't see him as much as I would like, but given the run of
solid.
play. But solid.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that he does provide a nice option for us to slot into that back line to be a 3-back and build out, which allows Jedi and Weah to get forward. I thought Weah had some really good actions going forward himself and some good build-up actions as well. I just think defensively, Doku's just such a handful that if you take that risk, you need a lot of cover and support and understanding how to move as a team, which isn't isolated to him, but obviously that's his area of the field.
Today makes me think, Timothy Weah as a wingback, when you're not playing against a Doku, you got a chance for him to get forward, right? So if you put him as a wingback and you're playing against Brazil and Vinny Jr., you're playing against some of these teams that have wingers.
Lamine Yamal,
you're going to lose him in the attacking part of the field.
Well, we talked about that before the game.
For a portion of the game, right?
Right. Because if you go Weah Doku, we talked about it before the game where if Doku comes on and just stays high or stays wide, you can't just leave him.
Right.
Because he's in your area. You can't ask McKenzie to slide out up there because that's going to create gaps in the middle, and you can't ask your 6s to do it either. And we just couldn't solve that problem consistently throughout this game, and it's shown with the goals they've scored. How about you, Chuck?
They got the reaction out of that Belgium side, though, in the second half. You could tell they feel pretty good about the performance, the guys who came off. But,
Good idea. Good combination play. I'd love to see more combination play with Balogun. That'd be a note for me. With Tillman, what's your rating on Tillman? 65 minutes in.
Better in the first half, for sure. He was, excuse me. They've been pinned back a little bit here. This is Roldan just battling with Doku at the top of the box. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, it's a foul. He hasn't gotten on the ball nearly as much in the second half as he did in the
Tillman,
first half.
Yeah. I thought he did a nice job too of like spraying some balls, getting in behind, having more of an impact.
3 balls in behind. Yeah.
It's one of those things too where it feels obvious to say, but we're worried about ourselves at halftime, but the other team is also adjusting to what we did and trying to figure out how to make the game easier for them and harder for us. And I thought Belgium just did a better job coming out of halftime and honestly taking advantage of their opportunities. There's like a real sliding glass door moment between Christian Pulisic scoring on that play, which would have made it 2-1 us, and then 30 seconds later it being 2-1 them.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's 30 seconds, right? It seemed 7 or 8 seconds down the other end of the field.
I still want to see the build-up on that. I'll have to go back and watch it later.
Again, it's a case of just finishing your chances. You get these big moments. I go back to that first half chance by Weston. Of course, he still scores, but it could be 2-0 instead of 1-0.
Right.
Christian's opportunity, Weah's half chance. I mean, you got to put that on target at least.
Yeah. Yeah, as someone said here in the chat, this is played out, said anything at this point is just roster talk, right? The result's kind of secondary to just the roster itself.
Well, yeah, but I still think you want to see a reaction from your team.
No,
right?
I'd assume that would impact the roster.
Right, okay, yeah.
So it's always kind of with that as a backdrop, which you know going in, but it still hurts when you're down. Oh, my God.
Was that Onana again?
Oh, my God. Is that a pen?
Oh, no. Luca Bacchio just came in. Right?
Hey. Hey, tiny finish, by the way.
You see Arfson defending?
Well, I assume he wasn't. If he got into a good spot.
You cut him to the middle, right?
He gave 5 yards.
You got to get some help.
He gave 5 yards of space and bit on the first.
You know what's interesting? Hey, do you remember when we lost to Switzerland? What, 4-0?
Yeah.
This feels very similar, where the game just got away from us.
I don't know.
But look at this.
Well, that game we didn't really have a
My
chance
man
at all.
went whoop to the sideline.
Yeah, that's too easy. And can Tim Ream step, Jimmy?
Somebody's got to step.
Can Tim Ream step? Can he
he's gotta
step? Can Tim Ream step here?
He can
He has to.
1,000%
There's nobody
step.
there.
He has to step. That's the thing about the back line. If you continue to drop, good teams are going to make you pay. You're going to take the space.
Boy.
They're going to take what the game's giving
There's
them.
some finish here.
That is
Top
some
finish. There's nothing Matt Turner could do on that one.
No, Tim Ream's got to step there for sure. But again, I feel like we've been inviting this type of pressure the whole game.
Yeah.
And I know that Doku's got speed, but CDK doesn't. Kevin De Bruyne doesn't. They're good at making good time runs, but not speed like Doku. And so, yeah, this has got to be a really shitty team huddle to win this.
Jimmy Conrad!
I mean, once a half?
Jimmy Conrad!
I got plenty of time for this. This is how we turn frowns upside down. Get my name chanted here. Football Factory Legends, American Outlaws, New York City. Appreciate you guys. Say, listen, look at that. Look at that. Making me all happy again when we're losing 4-1. Oh, wow. Appreciate you guys. We got, listen, I'm just going to say this. We got them right where we want them. 5-4 in the cards. Here we go, baby.
Here's the New York boys. The New York boys coming on.
All right. We got Pepe, Scally, and Gio Reyna making their way into the team. Ajiman making his way into the team.
Oh, you got two up top then, right?
Christian's coming off. Weston's coming off.
Gio Reyna! Gio Reyna!
Let's see what he's got. He's got 20 minutes. Some special sauce. And Ajiman versus Pepe is interesting. On the field at the same time. Good luck, fellas.
Figure out this formation now, right?
Yeah. Axel
4-4-2?
Witsel. By the way, Witsel comes on. No slouch himself, top player. Belgium's got some depth, and when they bring in Lukaku and Trossard, and
how old is Witsel now? He's got to be
Thibaut Courtois,
Reyna's teammate, former teammate.
We haven't seen
at Dortmund.
Tielemans.
Yeah, Witzel's got to be in his mid-30s, right? No, he's 37.
Witzel's 37?
Yeah, I said mid-30s.
I think I still got a chance. Maybe I'll call it Mauricio Pochettino. Not 37 anymore? No, maybe not. All right, let's see how this goes. Making more changes.
So see how they line up here. It's got to be a 4-4-2, right?
So one of the things, yeah, it's looking like a 4-4-2. But one of the things that happens when you get your butt smacked, Chuck, is that you have to really focus on your vulnerabilities. And it's going to really highlight, hey, we maybe would have glossed over some things if we get a result. You know, maybe didn't play well. I still think I'm going to need soccer nerd here, but the depth of our line, I just feel like we gave them too much space. And I know that Doku kind of creates that. At some point you have to drop, but we have to figure that out. Otherwise, it's going to be a long World Cup for us. Go ahead. Sorry, Tony.
So
take it away. We just got to get I'm not saying we got to go all the way up and play this dangerous high line like Barcelona does. What I'm saying is, can you just solve problems 10 yards higher up the field? Address those things that you're addressing at the top of the box 10 yards higher up the field.
Yeah, I agree with that. You talked about the Switzerland game, right?
Switzerland game. That was hard to watch.
Still in a moment where we were playing with four in the back.
Right. We're playing four in the back here. I'm picking up what you're putting down, Big Tones. But, all right. What's everybody saying? They're saying Charlie for number 9 right now. Christian's giving
They went to a back three.
Yeah, we're in that 5 now, right?
Yeah.
Because you got Arston and you got Freeman as your 2 wingbacks.
Yeah.
You got Scally,
McKenzie
and Ream. So you're back now with 3 center backs.
Which makes you go, why didn't you just play like that from the beginning?
Yeah.
Well, if you're going to experiment at any time, right, it's a good ball out here. Okay, Matt Turner.
All right, we're going to go to the fan camp. We got a question. Well, we got from 2 people this time, one littler than the other. Introduce yourself.
This is my son, Riker, the future striker.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, he wants to grab the mic. There we go. All right, so his question is, with this current result, does this dampen expectations for what we expect this summer?
Great question. We appreciate you and the future of the U.S. men's national team. Good luck, fella. Do you feel like it would dampen expectations a little bit?
No, because again, the scoreline's one thing, but it's how did those goals go in? How did we play? What were the goals that we scored? What were the chances that we had? And there's still a lot of positives. For me, there's more positives in this game than there are negatives. I don't have too many concerns. Of course.
Remember when Chuck used to get triggered all the time?
Yeah.
And I don't feel like we see that Chuck anymore.
It's the new Chuck.
It's the new Chuck.
No,
You
but
got a
you know,
couple US
defending they
jerseys
got
now.
a little bit too low at times, but that can be fixed. It's an easy fix. There's nothing here that I go, oh my God, we're screwed. You know, so yeah, it's obviously on paper it's a terrible result so far, but I really liked what I saw at moments throughout this game.
Yeah, and I wonder if it does have to force him to address the formation in some ways as well. So, yeah, of course. Yeah, the energy is going to be great. If anything, there's a silver lining of like, okay, we have some vulnerabilities. We need to address those vulnerabilities. And better to do it now than in the World Cup. The last thing we want to do is have to solve these kind of big problems during the World Cup.
Now,
so this is a good thing. It's a good thing, ultimately.
If you get to Portugal and you get a result like this again, then you're starting to think, you don't make any adjustments.
That's the Turkey-Switzerland back-to-back, right? Where we kind of got our butts slapped 2 games in a row.
I'm picking up what you're picking up what I'm putting down.
I'm picking up what you're putting down, Big Tones. We're on the same page. All right. You're pretty much summing up our feelings. I love the full kit, by the way. Look amazing. Amazing.
How old is he?
8 months. I love it.
What took you so long to bring him here?
Yeah.
Good.
Here we go.
Oh.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. All right. We got Ondas. What's up, Ondas? Saying, let's pray for Kosovo to be in the group.
Oh, no.
Too soon. Too soon. In some ways, yes, I'm disappointed by how this played out. I'm disappointed by our game management. But it's the reaction to how we perform here.
That's the thing.
So what you mentioned, if we come out and have a similar result against Portugal, then you start to be like, oh, okay.
But we all know by this point, it's never as bad as you think it. You know, it's never as bad as you may looking.
Yeah,
right, but at the end of the day, it's not. We're not 4-1. We're not 4-1 worse than the Belgium side. It's that simple.
Moments, managing different moments on the field, right? Some 1v1s that you got to deal a little bit better with.
So Derek asks, to me in particular, do we realistically think we can solve these problems ahead of the World Cup? We got 75 days. We got a top coaching staff. We got players that are fluid and flexible and adaptable. No, I'm not too worried. They're correctable mistakes, but it has to happen consistently.
Remember, we had this discussion about the opponents and playing someone that, I think if you play somebody, a lesser opponent, you don't figure out this stuff. When you play these top opponents, you're constantly learning lessons, right, no matter what. And with a lack of time Pochettino has had overall, he's still assessing some of these guys. And to your point earlier, you go back, you'll look at all of these, you make the adjustments because you got a really good Portugal side coming up.
Yeah, I love what you said. I mean, this is why we were thirsting to have big opponents.
Yeah.
Because they're going to ask these types of questions that our World Cup opponents, at least in the group stage, might not ask of us consistently.
Because we need to improve.
We have to improve. We have to improve. I promise you, this will make us better as a team, but now we need to see that reflected in the Portugal performance.
Think about that. I don't like to talk about the past, but 1994, we didn't have a fraction of the experience some of these players did. So what did Boris say? Let's go play the best teams in the world all the time. So you have a feel of what the speed of the game looks like and where you need to improve. And think about how far ahead this team is right now from that 94 team. And they need to play this type of competition, for me, leading into a World Cup. I think their schedule's ideal for what they're trying to do.
Yeah, there's I guess if we start to evaluate kind of player for player, how are we on Tim Ream?
You start. You're the center back.
I mean, if I take that fourth goal in particular, he has to step into that space. He knows it.
Take the first goal too.
The first goal was
he missed the clearance.
So many goals I can't remember them all, Chuck.
From far out, and it went over his foot.
Yeah. That's another one where we got to get pressure on the ball.
And Tony's like, you got to block that.
Yeah, somebody's got to block it. It goes through a set of legs. He misses it when he goes to try to block it. Even if he got a little touch, it could have deflected and gone in. Let's leave kind of maybe the specifics of the plays out, Chuck. It's about his experience. Part of what makes him special is his experience. He's been around. He's seen some things. We're not managing the game well, and he's in a position where that's your job, is to help the team set a good line, keep everybody in front of you, the spacing good. You have to manage the game from that position, and the team has not managed the game well, and I put a lot of that on him. So yeah, it's been a down game for him, and I'm upset that Chris Richards isn't there. Miles Robinson's not available either, just giving us more players to look at and choose from. And so, I mean, that's, yeah, I'm disappointed, and I'm sure he is as well. I'm kind of preaching to the choir. He would probably own this as well, knowing Tim like we do. What about you, Tim Ream? Same? You guys feeling similarly?
Well, I think you ask yourself, you get some movement in the attack here. Is Tim Ream? You got to make a determination if you're Pochettino. Is Tim Ream going to help you? Is there a better chance of him helping you win a game or potentially losing you a game?
Right.
And I think that's really important from center backs. But I'd say that about goalkeepers as well. Is this guy going to help me win a game? Is there a better chance of finding a blinder out of the goalkeeper or a stinker out of the goalkeeper? Right? And I would say the same thing about Tim Ream. Right? Let's face it, he's up there in age. We know that. The experience is incredible. But he's not had a great start to his MLS season.
Yeah.
Right? There's been some moments.
Ajiman, back post.
There's Ajiman, and what you're talking about, right? Getting better in the air.
Getting better in the air. And it's not always getting better in the air, resident number 9, right? It's also about creating the space so you can get on the end of stuff. I think he's doing a nice job of running off the back shoulder of defenders these days.
Yeah, he has. Yeah. And it was in a good spot, too, I would have had to have more support in the middle of the box, more runners, but that's what you want from Patrick Ajiman in that situation.
And this is probably a situation where if he makes the World Cup roster, we would see him chasing the game, down a goal. So a big audition for him, I would say. And this is a little bit of adversity for the group too, right? So you're going to get to, if you didn't have an idea about some of them and their character development. Is that Scally?
Is that Scally? Yeah.
Taken to the cleaners.
Yeah, I'll be surprised if Joe Scally makes the team. Well, speaking of another player, let's get back to Johnny Cardoso, because I've seen some comments about him. Do you think are we done with Johnny Cardoso? That's a yes for everybody watching.
Yeah, I think so. And this is that thing where you got a player who's playing at Atletico Madrid, but he just has not settled in here with the U.S. men's national team. And
which is crazy to say.
And the guys behind him, Roldan, Berhalter, they have.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
This is, again,
Lucabacchio.
Simple mistake. No clearance, not active with your
feet. I think you jinxed him. You said Berhalter, and he made the mistake there.
It's 4-1.
Berhalter has struggled so far in this game.
There's a shot at Tim Ream. Everybody's frustrated. It's 5-1 now, and it's going to be interesting to to see, well, one, how this play develops, how we're trying to solve the problem. Ream slow to get out.
How are we going to call Berhalter out on this play?
No, that's fair. I thought he could have done a better clearance.
Look at Arfson and Ream defending.
And it's Gio letting the run in the box there, right?
Yeah, that's not on Berhalter.
No.
Do better,
when I first saw it, it looked like he could have done a little bit better. But now seeing it again, I agree with you. But my big takeaway is it's just too easy.
Again,
it's too easy.
But
it's looked too easy a lot.
It has, but we've all seen Max Arfson is not a left back.
Right.
He's not a left back. Left wing back is even a stretch internationally, but at least he's more capable to play there because you have a lot more help defensively. 1v1 defending his left back, you can see he's like a top. He's spinning all over the place.
Yeah.
And then you're asking Tim Ream, who's not a center back who's mobile, to go out and cover.
Yeah, this is part of the risk of making 8 subs or whatever, right?
Yeah,
it's like solving problems in high pressure situations quickly. Now listen, Belgium has to do the same. They've made 8 subs as well, so it's not just a U.S. thing. But
you're starting to get now into
the game's getting away from us now.
The
or it
psyche,
has been for a while.
right? The psychological part of the game a little bit.
Yeah. Like they're in cruise control, and they have been for a while.
Yeah, this second half, they have been.
Yeah, the shot of Mauricio Pochettino right now, he's pissed. Yeah, in some ways, he kind of looks like Marcelo Bielsa when we were beating them 5-1. But Bielsa, hey, his first game back got a 1-1 draw with England, right? So there's positive reactions. This is how I'm trying to spin it, because it's easy to get frustrated, but we just have to take what we can from this game, take the learnings from it.
Again,
but I think what's the problem for the coaching staff is going to be, we had a lot of guys that didn't perform well today. Now what?
Yeah, you can't just chalk it up to, Chris Richards, Tyler Adams, and Serginho Dest weren't playing, so that's the reason we can lose 5-1 to Belgium.
Yeah. And how do we let the game... This is one of the hardest things to do in the sport, but how do you let the game... Like, if you're down 2-1, how do you not let it get to 3 or 4 and just manage that next 10 or 15 minutes so that you have a chance at the end, so you could maybe get back in it, regain the momentum, and then make it 2-2 and maybe go on to win it. We just did not manage those moments well at all. When we scored the first goal, right before halftime, coming out of halftime, we had our chance, we didn't take it. Those are all parts of having success and being the top team is understanding how to solve those types of problems.
Solve the problems and realize that when you make mistakes, you're getting punished, right? You're playing some of the top teams in the world. You're getting punished for mistakes.
Like that pass across out wide just feels too easy for me. Oh, no, please don't.
That's a good save.
So, yeah, let's rate Matt Turner. Where are you? It felt a little uneven, but he's had a lot of work to do today.
Yeah, he's had a lot. This is way too much.
He was
work. Apparently,
he was in between the sticks. Was his last game Turkey? No, Switzerland. Last time he was between the sticks.
That camp, yeah.
Can we find that out? That'd be crazy.
Apparently, Belgium makes our goalkeepers work a lot when we play them.
Yeah, right. Good shout. Back to 2014. Tim Howard, more saves in a World Cup game than anybody in history.
So we're rating them. I'm trying to think. The first goal was the one down to the right. Okay.
He's got to save that.
Yeah.
Or you think in a big game, you whether he should or should. I mean, we need him to make that save. Got a shout. Timmy Howard. Here's the moment of the match. Luca Bacchio, not. Yeah, I mean, when we watch this goal here, it's the 4th goal. Reams, he's got to run into another one of our players, and it should be a center back at that point. Well, look how deep we are as a center back.
Okay, if we're going to look at Max Starpson first, but if you're in that position, you're expecting help in the center part of the field.
Of course.
Right?
You're forcing him inside. You need help.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, you got to get a little tighter. Everyone get tighter and closer. But you're expecting, you go in the middle of the field, you're going to have a little bit of cover.
Yeah.
At least a little bit. That was 0 cover. You know.
All right, we have about, I'd say with injury time, probably 8 minutes left in this one. Go on. Oh, go, 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 Lasso, Patrick Agyemang. Somebody asked me who would be my surprise pick for this game, or excuse me, to make the World Cup roster. Patrick Agyemang. That's helping his cause.
Good press from Ricardo Pepi here.
Yeah. Yeah, great pass by Pepi. Yeah, they both did themselves favors in this one. Well done.
Yeah.
Some evidence of why a two-striker system. Here we go. Let's get another. That would be so sick. We're turning this around. 6-5 incoming. Why is everybody laughing? Well, we gave up a couple easy ones, so I think it was only fair that we scored an easy one as well. Come on. Wow. Good cover there from Mark McKenzie. Especially when you're that tired. Fresh legs, trying to touch it and run.
Stinks right in these games when you're a center back and
they're chasing the game.
87 minutes in and they bring on a couple fast forwards.
I remember in Copa America, played Argentina. Similar, you're trying to run around, slow the game down, and they bring on Carlos Tevez with about 15 minutes left. Now this was a fit Carlos Tevez, not the maybe one we see now. And that was not fun. He didn't score, but it was a lot of running. Me and Jay Demerit were exhausted. All right, 5-2 now. A couple minutes left in this. Everybody watching, I'm going to ask Tones and Chuck as well, but everybody watching Gloss America, what's your number one positive takeaway? And then where is an area where we can improve? Just give me one of each. I'm sure you can put a laundry list on one side or the other, but one positive for you, Chuck. What's the one big takeaway that you're really happy with the team today?
We were able to break down the press in the first half.
Yeah, I thought that looked good too.
Yeah.
All right, you stole mine. I was going to say the build-up and a bunch of presses, right?
Okay, and then one area to improve.
Defending at the top of the box, which was an issue in 2022.
Yeah.
That's where Holland absolutely devastated us at the top of the box
Right.
because we're so quick to collapse into our own 18. Therefore, you have guys panic defending, rushing out when that ball gets played at the top of the box.
I'm going to say 1v1 defending needs to be better all over the field.
Okay.
Because if you win those battles, right, you cut out half the opportunities.
I would say game management. I'm going to get into one of the intangibles, just being able to manage a lead when we're up 1-0 to make sure we get into halftime at 1-0. When it goes 1-1, making sure we score the next goal or just being really tough to play against. I guess they all kind of fall and all intertwined in some ways. But we just didn't manage the game well at all and didn't find moments to solve problems in a timely way. There's a lot to unpack here, and we'll do it in our post-game show a little bit more, but ultimately a little disappointed with how we managed the game.
I wonder how Mauricio Pochettino approaches this.
He looks pissed.
He looks mad. It's still 5-2. You're still managing to get into a World Cup. You're still building this team.
Hey!
Oh, somebody better hit okay on this thing.
Everything's fine. We're like that one meme where there's a fire around us, but everything's fine.
Power save mode.
Press OK. Press OK. Press OK. Press OK.
Hey. All right, let's see what people are saying in the chat. The first half was positive, lost focus after the first goal.
Jimmy Conrad.
Me?
Jimmy
Yes,
Conrad.
absolutely love it. Thank you, guys.
Conrad.
All right, appreciate everybody. American Outlaws, New York City for life. Give a shout out to AO Bronx as well. Let's go. All right.
We love you, Tony. It's early.
First half was a positive. Arfson is a wingback, not a fullback. Keep coming, chat. Give me some good stuff. First half was positive.
He got
That's
it there,
it.
though. He's right there.
Yeah.
They said press OK is the best chant we've heard all day. Thanks, Gordo. Tell the bartender to start another round. Everybody's going to need a few drinks after this result.
Yeah.
All right, a couple more minutes for the water break.
It's a humbling defeat.
It is.
You know, after Uruguay, I think everyone got a little bit too overhyped and maybe evaluated that performance and put more into it than there should have been.
One of the positives, the kits look good. If we're talking about the kits, we didn't play well. That's code for we did not play well. We're talking about the kits. And hitting the OK button.
Well, they'll wear their Stars kits on Tuesday.
I would imagine, right?
Yeah, that's what I heard, yeah?
Yeah.
Hopefully Portugal doesn't wear their dark kits as well. That way we'll have no idea who's who. Now let's just keep it to 5-2. I think we're good. Belgium can tap the brakes, bro. Luca Bacchio looking for a hat trick. Hopefully somebody told him that he's left-footed. Oh no. Oh baby. A little tap and dunk at the back post would have hurt the soul.
It's already hurt, no?
Yeah, it's hurt. Ajman throwing those arms around. That's a little soft. He's just a big guy. Oguchi Onyewu used to get called for these fouls all the time just because he was bigger than the opposition, you know?
Not in practice.
That's true. I remember one of these games back in March when I was playing through. We talked about it in the pod, the Germany game. We ended up losing that one 4-1. And
when?
March 2006.
How'd that World Cup pan out?
It could have gone better. We were in the group of death. We had Czech Republic and Italy and Ghana. Czech Republic were excellent.
What about this psychological part, going to the dressing room after the game?
It wasn't great.
Oh, okay.
And everybody was feeling, that's the story I shared about Brian Ching and I on the flight. No, they thinking we were going to get cut and all that. I got time for a bike. Why not at this point? But no, we were upset. There was a lot of emotion flying around. You're embarrassed for a lot of different reasons, individually and then collectively as a group.
Yeah.
Because it is a big opportunity to say, hey, I'm going to put my stamp on it. I want to own this position. And if you get beat 4-1, you walk away from that going,
right.
I don't know how I could walk into any room and be like, I'm the guy, right? There's nobody that can walk through this in any room and be like, yeah, I'm the guy. I put my stamp on this one. Because the result isn't indicative of us playing or performing well. All right, game's over. It's done. It's final. Belgium 5. Estados Unidos 2. All right. We're seeing a lot of upset faces. And again, I can reference that game where we got smoked by Germany. It was 0-0 at half in that game. And then it ended up 4-1. So we gave up 4 goals in the second half. Very similar to what happened here. Where you feel like you had a grip of the game, you feel like you were in it. Listen, in that game, Germany got booed off the field at halftime. Like, that's how well we played in our first half in that game and how poorly they played. They got booed off the field. They had a strong reaction. We gave up a goal a couple minutes after halftime, very similar to this. The game got away from us, and then it was 4-1.
Yeah,
and you're just like, what just happened? You get like whiplash.
I think of everything. The goal that you concede to make it 1-1 right away, that's the one that probably gets at me the most, right? Like, you're up 1-0, you actually...
Yeah, with
argument to
7 or 8 minutes before halftime, too.
Right, argument that you were the better team for the last 25 minutes in the game, and you get your reward, and then you give it right back, right? I shouldn't say give it, because Belgium did earn some of that, right? But like, you just don't manage. Like, that's where you got to shut the door, right? And you got to go in the dressing room 1-0, and then you regroup and you do your thing. And so that, I think of all the goals, that's the one that maybe gets to me the most.
And I got to take a second to thank everybody here. Everybody who's in this building right now.
Appreciate you.
You guys brought it. You guys brought it.
Energy.
Well done. Boston College, let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah. Everybody here brought incredible energy. So.
We didn't lose to Boston College.
All right, welcome into the Glosso America YouTube channel for Call What You Want's post-game show of the U.S.'s unfortunate 5-2 loss against Belgium. I'm Jimmy Conrad alongside Tony Meola and Charlie Davies. We're here at the Football Factory at Legends in Midtown Manhattan, and we are a little sad. We're hoping that everybody buys everybody beers at some point because I think it's warranted after that performance. We were in for a while. We're up 1-0, a lot of positive build-ups, a lot of positive actions, and then the game just got away from us, and we ended up losing 5-2. Lots to break down, lots to get into. We appreciate you hanging out with us here, whether you listen to your podcasts and if you watch us here on the Gloss America YouTube channel. Look, let's start here. We're gonna reverse engineer this. I already told you the score. Belgium won 5-2. How would you rate us, Chuck, on a scale of 1 to 10? Big Tones loves these types of ratings.
Yeah, us.
Well, I want to go Charlie first. The U.S. How did the U.S. Now maybe there's a first half rating and a second half rating, but
yeah,
and I'll allow that
because if it was the whole game, it wouldn't be satisfactory.
No, of course not.
So if I run to rate the first half, I'd go 7.5.
First half.
Yeah, first half 7.5. If you're doing the whole game, it's going to be a 5.5.
Okay, so second half then would drop you to like a 3.
Yeah.
To even out that 3 or 4. Okay.
Yeah, 7.5 first, but like second half, you give up 4 goals. I mean, what could you?
No, there's nothing.
It's got to be low, right? And 4 goals with mistakes.
Right.
So maybe even lower than that for me. A 5, 4.5, whatever it is. You just can't at this level. You just can't make those mistakes, right? You just get punished, and that's what we saw today.
Yeah. I think what's interesting, I was a little bit disappointed in how many opportunities we gave up in the first half. Yes, we blocked them, and it didn't seem like we were suffering, but they were just in and around that area. We were inviting that first goal, and it eventually happened. So my rating for the first half probably be a little bit lower, 6.5, 7, just because I feel like there were some details that could have put us in positions to make plays higher up the field, and we didn't make those. And then they get that goal, which really reflects how I thought our line was and our depth of our line. So that goes 1-1. And then in the second half, we create the opportunity that ultimately decides the game. Christian Pulisic slaloming through 3 or 4 players, misses it on his left foot, and maybe less than 30 seconds later, the next sequence, the next action, we give up a goal, and then it all falls apart. And that is where I get most frustrated. The first goal, I thought we invited it. Okay, no problem. Halftime, we can maybe sort that out. Second half, we get the chance, we miss the chance, and we immediately crumble, and then crumble the rest of the game. We make a ton of changes, hard to get the rhythm and flow again. And that's where I feel like the coaching staff really has to look back and reflect. What were we doing here? What was our rest defense doing? How are we covering and shifting for each other? Is the back four the answer? Should we have stayed with 3 center backs? Would that have solved the problem? Could we have gotten out to Doku a little bit sooner? This is where I'm a little bit frustrated. I think you guys are picking up what I'm putting down.
Yeah, and the formation will have to be sort of re-looked at again, right? Although today we go to 3 and back for what would say about 30 minutes or so. Didn't look much better, but I just think overall our personnel suits that. But we see Pochettino wants to try something different. Again, I think you got to cut down mistakes. Mistakes, they just send you home in the first round.
Yeah, it's finishing your chances and then making those costly mistakes. There's a lot to learn from this performance. So we're still at the stage where I'd rather be learning and fine-tuning and making tweaks than saying we're ready now. We're ready for the World Cup now.
That's fair.
So again, this team has a lot of upside. There's a lot of potential.
Of course.
So to Tony's point, playing Belgium, playing Portugal, we're going to find out a lot more about ourselves at the highest level. We're talking about a World Cup versus playing Costa Rica and Panama and Mexico. So this is the difference between making a run in the World Cup versus crashing out in either the group stage or the first match in the knockout round.
No, for sure. The silver lining is that we've had some vulnerabilities exposed by a very good team, and now we have to address that. Now Portugal on Tuesday is going to present a whole different set of problems. We got to solve those in real time, and that'll obviously be its own set of challenges. We'll get into that game in our preview show a little later in the week. But when I think about this game overall, actually, let's do this. Let's go to the starting 11. Let's go back to our starting 11. We sat in a 4-2-3-1, and I kind of want to play a game of who helped themselves and who hurt themselves. Now, some players are safe, right? So some players are not going to have an issue. But we had Matt Turner in goal. I'll name all the names first in case you didn't see the starting 11. So we have Matt Turner in goal, Jedi Robinson on the left, Tim Ream and Mark McKenzie in the middle, Tim Weah on the right, Cardoso and Tessman as the sixes, Pulisic, Tillman, McKinney across that three, Tillman centrally, Pulisic on the left, McKinney on the right, Balogun up top. We're going to go with our goalkeeper, resident goalkeeper first. Matt Turner had a lot of work to do today. Did he help his cause or did he hurt his cause, Big Tones?
I actually think he helped his cause today.
Which is crazy to say when you give up 5 goals.
Yeah. Well, one, we can make a case for one, but I looked at the reaction on the 2 saves, right? That weird play that ended up leading to the penalty kick, which was another weird play. We haven't seen a lot of Matt Turner, right? And I wanted to see him sharp in certain moments. Yeah, we can make an argument for the other one. I still think it's a really good shot. It's not as if it rolled, a yard inside the post. It was there. But overall, I think he helped them. There was one moment where he kicked the ball out of play on the left-hand side, needs to make that pass, but didn't really kill us in that area, which is a concern. So I'm going to go just on help or hurt. I'm going to go on help.
Yeah, we're going to just play the help-hurt game. You guys can hop in as well here in the chat. I'm going to go to center backs. I'll take the center backs, Chuck. Tim Ream did not help his cause today. I thought he could have made more plays. From an intangible standpoint, as a leader, he has a ton of experience. He's got to help us manage the game, especially when the game's getting away from us. Can we keep it 2-1? If we're down 2-1, can we keep it there for a while? So I would say that he hurt his cause. I thought Mark McKenzie was solid, but if you're on a team that gives up 5 goals and you're in the back line, it doesn't look good. So I'm kind of, I don't want to say in the middle. I have to say he hurt his cause just because the team didn't perform well collectively, but individually I thought he was solid, but it's hard to say that when you give up 5. I'll give you Jedi and Weah, Chuck. What are you saying on those two?
I think Jedi helped the cause.
It was nice to have him back, right?
Yeah, he got in good positions. I think he could have been a little bit cleaner with some of his passes, the shorter passes where he fired them in, just getting the right touch on those passes. But ultimately, I think you just see what a benefit he is when he's on the pitch for the team.
Also, really quick before you go to Weah, when Arfston came on, I feel like you saw the drop-off of not having Jedi on the field.
Oh, we're talking about a cliff.
Right. So I think that just helps Jedi's cause even more.
Yeah, for sure.
When he's not on, Arfston's just not the guy. In a back 4, I guess the wing back has been better.
Not it.
Right.
And then in the right back spot for Weah, I would say hurt because of what he gives you as a wing back.
Right.
But I'll also say he did a pretty damn good job on Doku defending. Made it predictable when he did cut in, and when Doku decided to go to the end line, he had the pace to get there. And that's a tough matchup for anybody in world football.
I was going to say, Doku had a lot of success tonight. It's not all on him because obviously he came out at some point.
But I think if you're saying, if you're going to be a right back, though.
Yeah, right.
As a right back, I'd say hurt because Weah's better as an attacking player than he is a defender.
Right. All right, let's go to the holding midfielders. Big Tones, Johnny Cardoso, Tanner Tessman. I'll give you those two.
Tanner Tessman, was fine today. I think we got out of him what we normally see out of him. Not great, but solid. I would say solid.
Okay.
So
right in the middle of help and hurt.
No, I mean we only got 2 choices, so I'll go with help. Right?
Okay.
Johnny Cardoso for me didn't get the job done.
Yeah, he hurt his cause a lot.
Yeah, and probably more so because there's an expectation of where he's playing and what he's been doing, and where even if it's fair for him to play at a level 6, we're still expecting a level 7 or 8 from him, right? And that's what we're expecting. And for me, he didn't meet that standard today. And then he gets pulled off at halftime. I think that's pretty telling. Like if you're looking at a guy,
only 1 sub at halftime.
Yeah, you're looking at a guy, and Johnny Cardoso, in your mind, wherever he is, he's the 23rd guy, he's the 24th trying to get in. You're like, okay, I got to see this guy for 90 minutes because we know he's 90 minutes fit, right? He's playing at a pretty consistent level, and then you take him out at halftime. So for me, that's pretty telling. Tessman help, Cardoso hurt.
Okay, we're going to get into the subs in a second. Let's just go on the starters right now. Christian Pulisic, you want him?
Yeah.
I'll take him.
I'll say help. Again, he looked pretty good on the dribble. He looked up for it. The finished product needs to improve. And And again, we're placing expectations on Christian as in borderline world class. That's the expectations we have for Christian. So, did he have some great moments? Yes, but lacking in that finished shot or the pass.
Yeah.
So the final ball. Ultimately, we know. It's almost like if you told me who had to have the best game, it's almost like you want Christian as your best attacking player to have the best game. But ultimately, I think he helped.
Okay, I'll take Weston McKennie. It's a pretty easy one. I thought he helped his cause in terms of having an impact on the game itself. He popped up and helped defensively when the team needed it, and he floated into some good spots.
He's got to be in the team. There's not even
He's got to be in
question.
the team. He's got to be in the starting 11, and obviously created a good chance, got saved by Simons, but then he ended up getting a goal, a very well-taken goal off a set piece. And I also thought he was doing the little things to help the team in transition, defensively on both sides of the ball. Really thrilled for him. He continues to play at a high level over these last 5 or 6 months. Let's go to Malik Tillman. That'll be you, and then you get Balogun, resident number 9.
For me, is a help. I like Malik Tillman.
I feel like there was a tale of two halves with Tillman. First half helped.
First half.
Second half maybe hurt because he ended up being in a spot where he could have helped us on a goal and went through his legs.
Right. I still would look at him as a help, right? The things that he gave in the attacking part of the field, I think far outweigh, maybe some deficiencies today in the defensive part of the field. And we're actually looking at the goal you talked about, I think, just going out and close, gets Meg between his legs, but maybe Onana did a good job. But I'm going to go help for Malik Tillman.
Okay, and then Balogun. What do you say?
Hurt. Just not involved enough. And I can appreciate the dirty work he's doing, the running, the fighting, dealing with balls that are pinged at him and not in a way that would be conducive to build up, to keeping the ball. It's almost like a miracle if you can bring it down, and he did pretty good with some of those balls. But ultimately, he's got to get more opportunities in the box, needs to get more touches, involvement. So from that standpoint, he hurt the team.
Okay, so we'll get into the subs after the break, but I do want to talk about Mauricio Pochettino and his coaching staff. Have they helped or hurt the confidence that we have in them? Does that make sense? Are we more confident in him now? Or does it, you know what I mean? I'm trying to kind of get into how do we evaluate his performance as a coach?
Well,
it's a tricky one, maybe longer than we have time for.
Tricky. Okay, so I'm a fan of the national team. I've seen this team in a back four against Turkey, against Switzerland, and things don't go well.
They get blasted every time they've played in a back four.
Right,
against a good European opponent.
Yes.
So so again, I'm a fan. You know where I'm going with this, and I'm like, okay. We make a change to the and I don't want to blame everything on formation. Don't get me wrong, because players still made mistakes today that if they were in a back three, if you make those same mistakes, you're going to get punished. But again, I'm looking from the outside, and I'm like, well, the moments I've seen them in three back with two wing backs, they look pretty good. They looked a little bit more solid defensively, one more center back. Today I come to the game, and I look at the lineup, and they're playing in the back four. And then if I didn't watch the game and I come back, they lose 5-2.
Yeah, right.
Right? And then I'm thinking to myself, my first thought is what? Why didn't we play with a back three? Right? So I know it's probably more nitpicky than that, but that would be my fans' perspective.
No, for sure. Lots to unpack there. You know what? We're going to take a break. We'll get into more of that right after this, so keep it right here on the Gloss America YouTube channel. Yeah!
Whoa, go USA!
right, welcome back in to the show. We're here at Football Factory Legends in Midtown Manhattan with American Outlaws, New York City. We're seeing some photos here from the game itself, a 5-2 loss for the U.S. Welcome back in. I'm Jimmy Conrad alongside Tony Meola and Charlie Davies. We're in our feelings right now because that was not the performance we hoped to see, but we saw it anyway. We're trying to break it all down as to how we can fix these problems. We did a little bit of help versus hurt for our starting 11 and our coach. We can get into the, maybe Mauricio Pochettino, the coaching staff, and the formation in a little bit, but let's get to our subs. Who do you think we had? Roldan, Alex Freeman, Max Arfson, Sebastian Berhalter, Gio Reyna, Joe Scally, Patrick Agyemang, Ricardo Pepi are our subs. Let's just kind of do a blanket. Who helped themselves? Who hurt themselves?
Agyemang and Pepi, I think, helped themselves.
I thought so too. They came in, obviously got a goal and make it 5-2 at that point, but we're lively. And it was nice to see two strikers. We're always asking for it from time to time.
I think Scally hurt himself.
Scally definitely hurt himself.
Yes. Max Arfson hurt himself.
Hurt himself. But we don't really have anybody else, right?
And then Gio Reyna, he just didn't do anything.
Right.
I wouldn't necessarily say he hurt himself.
He's kind of in the middle, right?
Yeah. There's a couple of those guys. Again, you're coming in as a substitute. You're already getting just dominated, right? From the score line, the second half has already switched. Now you're coming in. It's a little bit reckless. You're trying to temper the game. You're trying to, be a benefit and a boost, trying to make something happen when there's no connection. There's no chemistry on the pitch. The tempo was completely dominated by Belgium. So it's a tough ask anyways.
Okay.
So, it'd be unfair to say.
Where's Roldan for you?
In
the middle?
Yeah, he's kind of in the middle, right?
Berhalter
he did better than Cardoso, but
he did,
but not to a point where you go,
He did to start. He did when he first came on.
Yeah.
And then as the game got away from him, got away from all of us.
Yeah.
A bit of a mixed bag. We're hearing that this is probably the last chance saloon for some of these guys. So Portugal's going to be their last opportunity to really try to put their stamp on things, which also we should talk about or circle back to things we've talked about before. They're not just being evaluated on their in-game performance. It's also what kind of teammates they are, because these are the players that most likely aren't expected to start. So again, if things aren't going well, if they're not in the starting 11, are they bringing good energy to the group, right? So they're being evaluated on a lot of different things, and they now have another few days to get that sorted out. Now, I know in the chat right now on the Gloss America YouTube channel, thank you everybody for the support, is Tim Ream. What do you do with Tim Ream? And I think maybe what could solve this, it gets back to the formation we were talking about during the game and even now right now with you, Big Tones, before the break. If we had gone with 3 center backs, he gets a little bit more protection in that when you add a third center back, and you wonder what the game would have looked like if we had a Chris Richards available, or even if we had just started with 3 center backs in the first place. And I wonder now if he has to address that. Tim Ream not just started, but was the captain, so he's clearly going to be somebody you relied on. And if he's your guy, no problem. We're big Tim Ream fans, but there might just have to be a formation that helps protect him and our team overall.
The formation is 3 in the back. We have said this for 6 months now, right? Like, Tim Ream has more protection when there's 3 in the back. The math is simple. This is not rocket science, right? So I'm a little bit concerned in that area, if I'm being honest.
I feel like we have to do it. I know, Richards may or may not be available for Tuesday. I know he's got a little bit of a knee issue. Hopefully he's okay. I wanted that to just go away. So Portugal, whatever. But we need him in the team. But I feel like we have to go to that. And I'd like to see Jedi, what Jedi looks like in that formation as well. Now, Mauricio Pochettino and his staff and the players can come on and say, well, we play like a fluid thing or whatever. But there was not 3 out-and-out center backs when we started that game. When we were trying to solve problems. And we conceded a lot of space.
But you also lose one in the midfield as well.
You do. You do. And well, I guess Johnny Cardoso.
That's Belgium's strength, too. That's the thing.
You take Johnny out, and we're good.
Right, but you lose a midfielder to drop down in between the 2 center backs to play with this black 3, but you're giving up something centrally. Now, we just talked about at the beginning of the game, Belgium's strength is their central midfielders. On top of that, you look at how they played. CDK is an attacking midfielder. So he comes and drops deep. Now that's where they're able to find, at least in the early part of the first half, they found some of those numerical advantages. Then in the second half, they made some adjustments, and then they took the game to the U.S.
Yeah, and that's concerning as well. What are we doing at halftime? Did we prepare and then adjust right? So prepare before the game and then adjust. We have timeouts now with water breaks. We have halftime, and it felt like they made the adjustments that made the difference. And I hearken back to the round of 16 against Holland. You mentioned it before during the watch-along, Chuck, that the Dutch just took what we were giving them, and we just could never adjust and kind of figure out how to solve that problem. And it felt like we ran into some similar issues in this game.
Yeah, I'm going to look at this game in the first hour. Right after that, you make 7 substitutions. It's hard for me to evaluate like rhythm, flow, any of that stuff, relationships on the field. I look at the first
disjointed.
hour.
After that, it's disjointed. It's hard to.
It's just hard to jump. For me, my brain doesn't like. It's just too many changes, you know. And you said it though. They made changes as well. But I'm going to look at the first hour of this game, all the way up to the penalty kick, which made it 3-1. There was enough positive in there for me to have a little bit of hope, but I still go back to I don't know if it's me as a fan, them as players. Like it just looks a little bit more organized than when we play with those 2 wing backs and 3 center backs.
It does, and it feels like it fits our team better.
Yeah.
I mean, when you think about Des, when you think about Weah, when you think about Jedi and their gifts going forward in particular, that in itself makes it seem like it fits our team better. And then when you start to add in Tim Ream getting more protection, just adding, what do you have? Tell the Tony Adams story again. Tony Adams, famous center back for Arsenal.
Yeah, I asked him about Arsenal and playing with 3 in the back at one point, and he said, you know, when you don't have 2 good center backs, you got to play with 3. You got to cover us all, you know. And like he was joking about it, but I was thinking to myself, like, there's logic behind that. It's not just a throwaway statement. He was joking at the time, but and he was making fun of himself, but I'm thinking it's just natural. It's just a math problem, right? And you talk about space and covering and all of that stuff. You know, so it makes complete sense. Again, if Mauricio Pochettino was sitting here right now, I'm sure he'd have the argument for why you would play with 4 in the back, right?
Right.
Of course he would. It's just my eye. When I watch the game, it just looks more comfortable that way to me.
All right, we got a little fan cam here, very special here at the Football Factory Legends. What's up? What's your name?
I'm Corey from the Empire Supporters Club in New York. So
all right, Corey.
Thank you guys, U.S. Soccer Legends, for all you do. I was in Azteca when you stanky-legged 100,000 people.
Oh, nice.
I've been watching a lot of
Appreciate you,
over
Corey.
the years, so thank you for everything you did. My question is about Pochettino. We brought him in to raise the level. Do you feel like he's done that? And what do you feel like you need to see out of the U.S. at the World Cup to prove that he's made that difference?
Yeah, great question. We appreciate you.
Yeah. Okay, it's like 2 different questions, right? Does he raise the level?
And then what is
I have said
the result of that?
I have said for 100 years. I've got a clip on
That's
the radio.
how old you are, by the way.
I know. I got a clip on the radio from 10 years ago where I talked about Jurgen Klinsmann and national team coaches. For me, you get judged in the cycle. In this case, what Mauricio Pochettino does in the World Cup. All of this in the end is not going to matter. If we're waking up one morning and we're doing this, getting ready for a quarterfinal game,
yeah, of course.
all of this is going to be thrown away, right? For me, national team coaches, if you're in South America, you're judged on CONMEBOL and World Cup in the end. For me, Mauricio Pochettino will ultimately be judged at the World Cup. That's what he was brought here to do, is to get to the World Cup. And I can't – sure, we're going to critique this game. We're going to talk about tactics. We're going to do all of that stuff. But for me, that's ultimately when I'll judge Pochettino.
I think what's interesting, too, and I agree with you, he should only be judged on what we do in the World Cup. And there's a moment now, though, and this happened earlier when we lost to Turkey, when we lost to Switzerland, right? We got slapped before the Gold Cup last summer, where you have a choice. You have a choice as a coaching staff. You have a choice as players. How are you going to manage this situation? This one hurts. This sucks. We're going to have to deal with the fallout from this and guys like us critiquing their performances, and that's just all part and parcel of the job. But I'm curious as to how he manages and what he squeezes out of this disappointment and this adversity to make us stronger in the future. Because he could say, hey, we did get to a quarterfinal in the World Cup, or ahead of a quarterfinal of the World Cup, because we suffered against Belgium. I learned a lot of lessons from this particular game that helped me identify the players that we needed, the formation that we needed to play, and this could be a nice turning point for us. Now, there still has to be a lot of time and evidence for that to happen, but I do think there's areas that these choices that can be made by everybody involved to turn this into something positive. But again, we won't see that until it's reflected in our next best option, which is against Portugal. What do you want to see? Has Pochettino raised the level for you?
Yes, he has raised the level.
And
Just
what do you
because,
need to see?
again, think of players leaning on complacency. I'm going to be starting. He came and said, no one's guaranteed spots. You know what? I'm going to play players who are in MLS. I don't care if you play in Europe. That's going to raise some eyebrows. That's going to get people to react. So in terms of raising the level and the demands and the expectations, he did that. I'd say in the early start of his tenure with the U.S. men's national team, there's a lot of question marks because the results didn't go and the play didn't go as well. So you're saying, man, there's no correlation between improvement and Pochettino.
Right.
Then we finally changed the system, and the play started to improve, and we're getting results, along with quality moments where you say, okay, they meet the eye test, the players are improving, he's getting the most out of certain guys, he's testing guys, and guys are responding. But tonight he reverted because they didn't have Chris Richards, and then you can make the argument, okay, Miles Robinson is out, no Tyler Adams, Serginho Dest, you have Timothy Weah there anyways, but we're going to go back to a 4-2-3-1. And that's what makes him feel comfortable, because that's the formation he's played his whole club career as a manager. Ultimately, it's not going to fit with this team. So for me, you got to go back to the back three, and you figure out who is going to be your middle guys. That Tim Ream, if you have to play him, because he is slow. And if he has to come out wide, that's when he gets exposed. So there's a number of things that he has to think about in terms of who plays if Chris Richards is out. I'm hoping Chris Richards is back, but do you still go with Tim Ream after a performance like tonight? Is he cemented in as a starter for you no matter what?
Well, I think you got to see him. I mean, I think he's better in a 3. We're just talking about this. So if you think that's the case, you got to see him.
Yeah.
Right? You got to see him in that back 3, and you got to see him next to Chris Richards. Well, again, I said this in the open. We came into sort of the whole camp thinking that this was going to be a back 3. We heard last night that they were going to a back 4, and then we started to put our pieces of the puzzle together. It's always been, for all of us, it's been Tim Ream on the left, it's been Chris Richards in the middle, and we've made it, we've mixed up that right center back. Like
Miles Robinson, McKenzie,
right.
Scally, Freeman, the list goes on.
I personally, assuming fitness is not an issue, Mark McKenzie right now has, for me, he'd be my right-sided after today.
Yeah, I feel good about saying that.
Yeah.
Feeling good. And trust. It's about trust, right? Do we trust this player
right.
to make plays for us when it matters the most? You said something interesting, Chuck, and you knew I've discussed this before. We've all had this discussion before. I don't know where I first heard this, but it does resonate. You're never as good as you think you are, and you're never as bad as you think you are. So after you win against Uruguay, I feel like
there's not a single person that was a former player would go, oh, we're that much better than Uruguay.
There. Yeah.
It's coming home.
We're coming home. So then on the flip side, we're not 5-1 worse than Belgium. Right. So there's a middle ground there that I think we're trying to find to understand how good this team could be.
But what you're trying to find, take out the result, is how many good plays can you count in your mind, defensively, in transition, and creating opportunities.
First half a lot more than the second half.
And I can think of multiple plays that you say, I really like what this team's about. Building out from the back, breaking the press, finding the right guy in the pocket, finding the right play after that, whether it's the outlet or playing forward, beating your guy 1v1 at those opportune times, creating chances. But we lack the finishing touch in a lot of ways, which is scoring, finishing your chances. But the build up to that, and then defensive help at times when Doku would get in those 1v1 situations.
Yeah.
Timothy Weah did a good job in just stopping or delaying. So for me, there were a lot more positives than negatives in that first half.
First half for sure. I think there's some interesting metrics that I want to get from you guys that I don't think we always see in the basic stats. One is, how are we allowing, let's go to Doku really quick. He got the ball in good areas where he's actually picking it up 25 yards away or in or closer to our goal. How do we suffocate that service into him, right? So that would be a metric I'd want to see. Why is it so easy for him to pick up the ball and run at us? That's one. And then on the attacking side, let's say, which combination of players do you think it's really important for us to have them combine a lot? Like for me, Balogun and Pulisic, I would look at a metric and say, if they only passed to each other twice in a game or twice in a half, It's not enough.
No.
So how do we make that happen more? That would be another metric that I think is very important for us to have success. And so I didn't know if there's anything that anybody else watching, like what important metric are you looking at? For me, I love when the 6s or 10s combine and they're looking to kind of create that rhythm in midfield. How many times did Tessman and Cardoso actually combine? I can't remember any times.
Well, I don't
You know
really.
what I mean?
don't really care for that.
Okay, that's
because
fine.
that's a lot of
That's-
sideways passes.
Sure, but it's still like a sign of
But
tempo and rhythm.
it doesn't have to be, though, right? It can be to break sort of part of the press, and
Yeah,
then you
but
get forward in the next
How
one.
often are you finding the guy that's supposed to be playing next to you
Sure.
defensively in the
I'm just
build-up?
using that as an
but
example,
now,
though.
if you told me Tessman or Cardoso playing forward to Weston or Tillman, back to
Right.
Cardoso or back,
Right.
and then forward, then that was lacking, right? In terms of going forward, coming back, going forward. Just standard patterns of play.
So there's two metrics really within one. Let's use Pulisic and Balogun. Yes, we want them to be combining. And then the second part of that is where on the field are they doing it? And these are really, really important metrics. Or with Jedi and Wea, whoever our wingbacks are, where are they picking up the ball? I want to see that heat map. If we're obviously getting it 20 yards behind the half field line, that's not as good for us if they got 20 yards higher above the half field line. So there's all these little things that I think, and I know the coaching staff will be looking at, but I was kind of curious what your guys' metrics are when you're looking at kind of combination of play and what you want to see on both sides of the ball.
I look at relationships, like we call them functional groups, right?
Yeah.
The relationship between Robinson and Christian Pulisic. How many times did they read a play where Christian's going to cut inside, Anthony Robinson's going to go around the outside? How many times did Weah had to cover for Weston McKennie because he was going to find the game somewhere, which is his strength, right? That's what we want him to do, is go find the game wherever you think it is. Is it in the corner? Yeah, make that run. Is it in the box like we see him all the time? Go make that run. Then we got to have some cover and balance. Like, what's the I look for those relationships. To your point, I would add in Tillman, if you want to slice it up that way. Pulisic,
Yeah,
to
sure,
Balogun.
sure. Whoever you want.
Then Tillman also to
Balogun.
Balogun. Well, either way, you got to get him more involved in the game somehow.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take our next break for the show. When we come back, we're going to talk a little Gio Reyna because he seems to be a hot topic for everybody. Keep it right here. All right, welcome back into the show. We are live here in Midtown Manhattan, Football Factory at Legends. Appreciate everybody, American Outlaws in the house. All right, here we got a little back 3 formation versus back 4 formation stat here for you under Mauricio Pochettino. 6 matches in a back 3, 5 wins, 1 draw, 0 losses. Goals against per match, 0.7. Goal difference +10. And then in a back 4, we have 17 matches. 8 wins, 1 draw, 8 losses, 1.6 goals against, a goal difference of +1. Pretty much answers it for us. Tells us about everything we need to know. Add that third center back, everybody. Love that.
Can you believe those stats?
I can.
When I think about all the games that they've played in a back 4, it's come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I cannot see Pochettino going into this Portugal game and saying, I'm going to roll that out again.
I agree. He took a chance to go back to what he kind of knew and what he loves.
And maybe he's forced today, right? With Chris Richards going down, Miles Robinson going down, which might happen at a World Cup. So you're forced today maybe to do it
But you're not. You have 2 center backs already. And you've played a makeshift. I know you've played Freeman there. You've played Scally there. You brought them in. You might as well give it a go. They've played there before. Freeman has already talked about saying, I enjoy playing in that right center back role. I want to play there. He knows that's his one real chance to play in a World Cup.
All right, so let's pivot now because we could go on and on about the formation stuff. But let's talk about Gio Reyna because he comes into the game's gotten away from us, and it's really hard to really see his impact one way or the other. In fairness to him, it's hard to evaluate in a game like that. But are you surprised he didn't get more minutes?
I don't know that we can judge him today.
No, I get that, but are you surprised he didn't get more minutes?
I think I need to see him when he's in with, I'll call it the first group, right? He comes in. Let's talk about today. Maybe he comes in today for Malik Tillman.
Right. You could have brought him in earlier.
Right. And now I'm seeing him with Pulisic, with Balogun, with Robinson running down one way, with Weah running down the other way. And that's where I think we need to evaluate. Because just think about a World Cup, right? What are the scenarios you're going to bring him in? When your team has the ball and you can't, and maybe you got somebody pinned back for a little bit, and you can't now find that final pass. That's really his role, right? If the game is flowing a little bit and you think you can get the ball at his feet, and he can. If you're going to sit back a little bit, if you're getting pinned back, I don't know that that's the moment that you bring him in, unless you think he's the guy that can get you out of that pressure.
Can I add this too? Because obviously this is in hindsight. Retrospectively, knowing that Cardoso, you had to give him a chance, right, to see where he is. Can he play with this group? Can he play and fit under Mauricio Pochettino's standards at the highest level? And it obviously fell flat. But could you see Tillman playing where Cardoso played and then playing Gio there?
Or if you wanted to take Johnny out at halftime, you had the chance to drop Weston McKennie back and put Gio in an attacking role, right? Like that would have just as easy a solution, right? Yeah, look. So to your question, I really can't judge Gio today.
No, I agree with you.
I can't.
I'm with you.
I can't judge him.
I just wonder if you really wanted to see him, just like you wanted to see Johnny. Why not just roll him out a little bit sooner when the game was still in the balance, and so that he could play with more of the quote-unquote first-team players?
When did he come in here? It was.
I don't think he came in what
70th minute.
70th minute.
So at that point, there were 6 changes in the game.
Yeah, right. It's gonna be impossible for him.
It's hard to judge him on this.
Okay, so do you start him Tuesday then? If you really want to see what he's about, using the same rhetoric that you did about Johnny.
Yeah.
You want to see him. Guy doesn't play for his club.
I would start him. Like I said, you got to see where he is. Is he sharp? Is he might not be match fit, and I could care less.
Right,
you brought him into the
45
camp.
Minutes.
You got to see where he is. If he's not playing regularly with his club, and you bring him in, then you have to test him, and then you could tell, hey, he either can still bring it even when he's not playing with his club. I know I can count on him, like we see with James Rodriguez, or B, he's not playing in his club, which has hurt his form. Period. And his confidence. Also, he's not match fit. And we're not going to take a month to get him fit throughout the World Cup, right? So, ultimately, I think he needs to start against Portugal.
So that's going to impact, and obviously we're going to have our own preview show for that, so make sure you're tuned into all of our channels, Golazo America, on pretty much every social media platform, including YouTube. So you start him. Let's go to goalkeeper then. We'll get back to Gio in a little bit, but do you go with Matt Turner again, or do you give him a chance there?
No. You
go to Matt Freese.
Yeah, Matt Freese has to play the game.
Matt Freese gets the benefit of a back three potentially.
No,
Matt Turner
got to play.
Gets stranded with a back four.
Yeah, I mean he's your starting goalkeeper right now. You got to play him.
Yeah, you got to play him.
Yep.
Okay. So are there any other changes then we want to see reflected as we kind of get ahead of it?
Well,
Because
we're assuming
who's the third center back then? You
others-
basically drop Johnny and put Weston back down in the.
For me, Ream, Richards, McKenzie.
If Richards is available, hopefully he's available.
The idea is it sounds like Richards is going to be
Ream,
available.
Richards, and McKenzie. Totally cool with that. You go Jedi and Weah again?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. And then you have Weston and Tessman.
Who else?
And
is
then you
available?
have Gio and Christian and Balogun up top. Or
So
if you want to roll a different.
you're taking out Malik Tillman.
Yeah, you take out Tillman. Or if you already got an idea about Weston.
No,
Well,
you got.
what do you mean idea? Like when we play Paraguay, Weston's on the
He's
field.
starting for sure. But yeah, but I mean, if you wanted to see a little
That's
more.
the idea.
Weston's on the field.
Yeah.
You need one proper six. So if it's Tessman, then you need to have it's either Tillman or Weston off of his shoulder, and that way you can bring him. It's still a little bit attacking, but.
Or you can drop Weston in with in the middle.
Or you can
with,
play wing back.
No, you can drop him with Tessman and McKenzie, Pulisic, Tillman, or Pulisic, Gio. Yeah, you got to drop him.
Yeah,
Someone's
you
got
got
to
somebody.
I know you wanted to make it work.
He wants it.
Can we
he
play
wants
with 12
players?
Can we
He
play
wants
with 12?
players.
Dang it, Jimmy.
Yeah, they haven't changed the game. They changed a lot of rules.
How are we taking out? How are we taking out Tillman though?
The only way you could make
because you want to
theoretically
play him a little
you wanna-
deeper.
you-
no,
no,
theoretically,
you want to see Gio.
the
That's
only
why
way
you're
it could
taking out
work.
Tillman.
Only way it could work with Tillman, Tessman still be on the pitch, is if Richards doesn't get back,
Then you can have.
and you bring McKenzie,
the
so
middle.
Ream, McKenzie, and then you play
Tessman.
Tessman in that right center back role. That's the only
you
way.
could.
I don't
To
think,
have Tillman
that's
and
not- I
Reyna
don't think
on the
it's
pitch
his
at the
best-
same
I don't
time.
think Pochettino sees him that way.
No.
Remember when he played as a center back at his club, they had like 5 injuries, right? And then a couple weeks ago he played as a center back. But remember they talked about they went a man up after like 30 minutes, so it didn't matter. But he was basically just stepping into the midfield every time they had the ball. So I don't know.
It's almost impossible to see Reyna and Tillman on the pitch at the same time.
Yeah, that's what the math
Because
is.
Christian's not going anywhere, Weston's not going anywhere, and then when Tyler Adams is playing, he's there without a doubt. So you have one spot for 2 players.
Well, I got a question. I'm trying to. We don't get to trigger Chuck as much anymore. I feel like that's a pastime of the show that we don't see
the
as
new
much.
Chuck.
How triggered would you be if Pochettino rolls out a back four against Portugal?
I'd be halfway there.
I almost kind of want him to do it. Roll out a back four again because we get Chuck nice and ready to go for our next watch along. So yeah, this is gonna be an interesting game, and I'm curious to see how we tinker, how we respond, how do we react, what kind of energy we bring.
Typically, it's been a good response when we're talking about you switch back to a. Now, if he runs a 4-2-3-1 out, I wouldn't expect that much of a difference. Not only that, we're playing a better team.
Right. I mean, Vitinha, Joao Neves, these proper guys in midfield. Bruno Fernandes.
You mentioned just those guys. You got to crowd the midfield as
You have
much
to.
as possible.
So that way, having a box is a good idea.
It seems like a great
Yes,
idea.
it seems like a phenomenal idea.
I wonder what their records are when they.
Yeah,
Bernardo Silva.
What are our records? We go with the back 3 and back 4. Okay, so we got Gio starting. We're hoping for a back 3, and we'll obviously have some questions about who's going to sit in the 6 and who's going to sit in the back line as well. You got Balogun for sure starting again, or would you give Pepe or Ajiman a proper run out?
I would give him another go. You
Balogun.
know he's your number 9. He's going to be your starter in the World Cup, so I'd play him again. But I'd probably, have the emphasis on you need to be more involved. You need to get more touches. Obviously, the support needs to come from the midfield, which he was lacking. There was no box midfield for him to find balls into his feet. So ultimately, I think Pepe or Ajman will come in sooner, though, if things don't pick up.
Yeah, right. Okay. Then before we let everybody go, we have a few more minutes here. I really believe, and this is how I feel, that this is a one step forward for 2 steps, and a 1 step back for 2 steps forward.
Yes, I love that.
Okay, so that's where we are, and we're trying to stay positive about this. Obviously, with the World Cup looming, and then we got a lot of bright coaches and players.
So you're going through all your coaching stuff now. You're Pochettino.
Yeah.
What's your message now to the group?
Well, essentially that. We got to learn. We got to take these learnings and then apply them
But
quickly.
do you take any of that?
As a coach?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely reflecting on what I said before the game. What I
No,
said
but
at
are you
halftime.
saying it's your fault? You switched up the formation?
Yeah, I would own some of it. I don't know if I'd get that specific, but I would own.
I'm just throwing.
No, I would.
You know, because
I would own it, but not really.
No, I
I mean, it's my fault, but not really.
Yeah, but there are some players in the locker that are going, why'd this
that's
guy
the thing.
switch
That's
the
what I was gonna
formation?
ask here.
We had a perfect thing going.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was
Why
gonna ask.
switch back?
Right. How much do you think that's going on, and how much of that? I mean, the leaders in your team now have to step up and curb that. It's fine to have your emotional process, and I don't want to take that away from any player, especially after a loss where you feel embarrassed.
But they got to be past this now, right? Because
they're not past it. We know how this goes.
You know, players, it's very easy to pass blame.
Yeah.
Very few go,
Wasn't
start with
mine.
yourself.
It's definitely
Right?
your fault.
Yeah.
And
Tones,
the show wasn't good.
keep the
definitely
ball in the
Chuck.
back of the net.
Chuck didn't get triggered enough. That's why we had a bad show today.
Yeah, but he's got some work to do.
Who, Chuck?
No. Pochettino from a psychological standpoint.
I've had it.
today.
He does. He has a lot of work to do.
You just got beat 5-2 against, honestly, a team. I got to think that they thought that they were going to beat this team, or at least compete better with this team coming into this.
Yeah.
And at halftime.
It's got to be better.
At halftime, if I was
short.
US, I'd say, we were the better side.
All
We should be winning this game. We can beat this team.
All right. That's it. We're calling it a show. Thank you so much for hanging out with us here at Football Factory Legends, Midtown Manhattan. American Outlaws, we love you. Yeah. We got another show for you on Monday. Going to get into a preview of the Portugal game, so come back and join us for that. And thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us. We'll see you very soon. Later.